ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Three Sisters here at Wigan for round 3 of the Vosna British Drift Championship and the Pro 2 qualifiers.
And what qualifiers is set to be, Mike? We've got over 45 drivers waiting to line up and try and steal some championship points away from Dan Tyler.
Yeah, and did you see anyone that you thought stood out in practice? We watched practice earlier.
We watched a good bit of practice areas. For me, there's no one that stood out, and I mean it's a consistent grid. You know, like Three Sisters is one of them tracks, you know, it's an even playing field for both high and low power spec cars, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen today.
Yeah, well, before we kick off with that action, let's take a quick look at the ideal line. So this is a partially new track here at Three Sisters. First two corners we haven't done before. Now the drivers are allowed to use the whole track for a big flick initiation into clip 1. Straight after clip 1 they are not allowed to mount the inside curve. This will result in a 0. Now here up is the first decel zone into an outside clip 2, and then a flick down the straight for a manji through clip 3 and into clip 4.
Yeah, and from clip 4 the judges want you passing through it and then going into the second decelerating zone of the track with a snappy transition onto clip 5. Judges have been saying it all weekend. They want you wide, they want you fast, and they want you on that outer line through 6, pushing through 7. Now when you get to 7, they're accepting you to come off the outside line, push the mid-track, and finish the run out through 8. And yeah, it's a good fast ending to a run, exactly what we like. Yeah,
so there's a couple of parts of this track, quite a technical part to start off with, then opening up to some real putting the power down for the last part of the track. So this could be anyone's game.
It could go anywhere. Like, it's tight and technical at the start, and then it's nice and fast at the end. So I'm really excited to see what way the drivers cope with.
Yeah, let's have a look. So we've got one driver I did see that was very fast today. It was Ryan Toporowski. He was absolutely flying. I'm not sure his line was 100%, but he was a very fast driver.
No one could catch him from where I was sitting, so I'd be excited to see what Ryan's going to do today.
No, and Jay Wilding hasn't driven the last couple of events, but I have seen some fantastic stuff from him in the past, so some very wild driving. Which
I'm only hearing the stories. I'm hearing the stories about him and excited to see what he brings. Tom Van Beek in the little MX-5, he is flying all weekend. And it's probably the perfect track for it, you know, a nice tight track, nice small car, exactly what you want. So Tom's a guy that'll be pushing for that top step today. Also Sam Nolan from Ireland in that red S15. Sam, since yesterday morning, just has looked so comfortable in his car on this track, and I think he's going to do well this weekend.
Yeah. We've got Axel Hildebrand there as well, very consistent driver. So can anyone take it away from Dan Tyler or Stuart Adsley?
He's giving it a go.
Stuart Adsley is definitely going to be giving it a go. So we will be starting with... Who are we starting with? Crap.
I'm not 100% sure because the list isn't
Jay Wilding. Jay Wilding. We will be starting with Jay Wilding right after this.
Drifting can be the most demanding motorsport in the world. My name is Jun Main. The high RPMs required to keep my tires spinning and rubber burning are brutal on engine oil. That's why Lucas Synthetic Oil Stabilizer was formulated for performance on the track and the highway. Lucas Synthetic Oil Stabilizer keeps my power on for split-second decisions, making every shift and turn count. When it comes to my engine and engine oil, I give it every advantage with Lucas Synthetic Oil Stabilizer.
We are Funk Motorsport, your heat management specialists. Based in the UK, we strive for perfection, developing thermal products trusted by professional race teams and drivers worldwide. Performance, protection, reliability.
As a professional drifter, my results depend on numbers. And making all this add up is one product, Lucas Octane Booster. It delivers 3 times the boost and promotes a clean fuel burn that keeps my tires smoking through every turn, which even off the racetrack can be difficult not to do. Depend on Lucas Octane Booster.
Link ECU produce standalone engine management technology with a range of products that allow you to unleash the power of your engine. Acting as your car's brain, our ECUs control electronic fuel injection and ignition. A magnitude of sensor inputs and outputs ensure your engine exceeds your expectations. Built-in safety features guarantee engine protection, and data logs keep you informed on its performance. Smoke your tires and not your engine with a world-leading Link ECU.
Tarmac Sports.
Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any cars on the track ready to go just yet.
So yeah, as we await some cars to come to the line, Mike, I think
We do
actually
have a
no,
car. We have a
full
car.
distraction. Let's just look at the livery in this car.
Yes.
Like that is so jazzy, isn't it?
It is very, very shiny. Well,
Shiny. And you're telling me this Jay Wilding is a wild man driving?
he is a wild man
Yeah.
driving for M&M Engineering, who is owned by Mike Marshall, a good friend of mine. He's prepared this car, and we have seen it do some spectacular stuff in the past.
Yeah, as we see, the rest of our grid is just lining up and coming out on the track there now. So once the track is clear, we will get the signal from the tower and we shall get qualifying underway.
So let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen now. So the cars all line up. So this is bottom championship up order.
Reverse championship order, that's what we like to call
reverse championship order. They have to do the best run possible, which would be a lead run if they were actually doing battles.
Yeah, exactly. For the line that the judges want to see, as we see Jay do a big flick in the first corner, pushing wide to that line, exactly like he was asked to do. Out wide, gets through clip 2. This is not a bad run at all, Mike.
Yeah, this is. Well, it's not as wild as we've seen before, but
no, it's his first run back,
yeah,
though. You know, he
definitely.
just
That
wants
was
to
a
get a
nice
score
flick though into clip 4 there.
What an opener for the start of qualifying from Jay Wilding. Like, and look, pushes out wide, perfect, exactly what the judges asked.
I think it could be.
No.
He's
There you go.
exactly. He's dead on line. This is a very, very good run from Jay Wilding. A little bit of the bodywork flapping away there.
I think the car has got a few little tips between yesterday and this morning. All right, yeah. A few panels have come off it, but
That's right. So these drivers are meant to be driving the lead line that they would do in the battles.
yes,
And the best lead line qualifies first, obviously, because that makes it the best chase. And then when we get into the battles, they will be pitted against the worst in the top 32 to try and even them down into a final. And Jay Wilding coming in with an 81.67 for his first run, a very respectable first score.
yeah. I'd say he'd be happy to be top qualifying, wouldn't he?
I think he would.
I hope he would.
So next up we have Mike Jackson here now. I've driven with Mike Jackson before. I think we went one more time 3 times in the past.
3 times, yeah.
3 times.
The judges just couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, just couldn't
It
pick
must have been
up.
a thriller of a battle, was it?
Definitely, but he looks like he's on a really good line here now, very wide on that first corner, doing exactly what the judges asked for. A little bit shallow off of clip 2 now as he comes through the Manji on the straight. A little bit twitchy there, a very big angle into clip 4. Very impressive, lots of lock.
Carried a lot of speed through that transition through clip 4 there as well. I like that now, where we see other drivers yesterday were kind of handbraking and slowing down a lot.
Yeah, so the judges really want to see a consistent amount of speed through the middle part of the track there. That's what they said in briefing this morning. So let's see what Mike Jackson comes up with. That looked like a fairly solid run.
I thought it was a fairly solid run. I tell you, these guys here now are really just pulling out a bag from the start.
For Pro 2, some high score, well, a high score so far, and that looked good to me as well. Let's see what the judges have to say about it. And a 72 points, still a very respectable score.
It's a good score to have as your first run, and then it's you have a lot to build off for your second. So I'm excited to see what Mike's going to do later on.
Now we have Chris Parnham up now in this S14.5, RB25 under the bonnet of this car.
It's a good spec car it is, to be fair, and it seems to have plenty of power, so I'm interested to see what Chris is going to do. Nice initiation, like
really
pushing out wide.
Flick.
The judges have warned him to stay off that inside curb, and I think everyone took that warning serious this morning because, you know, we nearly had people going too far out rather than the inside, but Chris just doing it perfect there. Snappy transition, little bit of a wobble coming into 4, but it should be enough to get him a score on the board.
Yeah, definitely. This is still a nice line. A little bit shaky there as it comes through. Could be a little bit wider and straight in there.
I hear lots of clutch kicks out of him.
I think there's maybe a misshift there as he came through. Didn't we hear him do a misshift, quite a big misshift?
A big one earlier on, where we both looked at each other going, I'll be doing that now.
So maybe having a little bit of problem with the gearbox in that car, suffering a little bit. So that straighten will hurt his score. But, Chris Parnham is sponsored by Full Haltech Engine Management, and that was supplied and tuned by Crisp Tuning. Yeah, so that straighten really affecting his score of 55.
Yeah, lots of room for improvement for Chris, but I'm sure he'll put it together for a second run.
Up now is Oliver Baker in a 2JZ powered E36.
This car really caught me this morning. We were walking around the pits having a look. I was like, oh, it's just a Beamer, and then he opened the bonnet and like my jaw hit the floor to the spec of it. Beautiful car it is. Well,
wow, look how wide he was into clip 1. Wow, that was fantastic. Very nice, smooth transition now and wide around the rest of the track. I think the judges wanted to see him a little bit wider there, but doing a pretty good job so far.
Doing exactly as he's asked. He didn't decel till he got to the clip there, so perfect. Obviously, we were listening this morning.
Very wide, very
takes the
very
cone
wide.
out of it.
Yeah, you could just see the back end of the car bouncing around as he came off the track there a little bit with that, that 2JZ. All the power pushing him through to the back of the track. I think that was only one wheel off, so I'm not sure.
It shouldn't be heavily penalised, I don't think.
We shall see.
But then again, we're just mere commentators.
We are mere
do not
commentators.
know. We do not know.
So Oliver Baker is sponsored by Clean Freaks, BZ Motorsport, TS12 Motor, Car Sales, Service and Repair, Extreme BHP, Crystal Clarity Detailing, RB Automotive Service, RS&C, Armstrong Limited, DPW Services, Morgan's Plastering, and AAW Recovery and Transport Services.
And
he comes
57.67.
So that did hurt him.
Yeah, it did hurt him.
Really hurt him.
It shows the judges are being harsh this morning.
Yeah. A lot of smoke coming from the back of the car.
I
assume he's just done a very big burnout.
Yeah. Our start line marshal would be more panicked if it was on fire. I don't think he'd be that casual talking to him.
He is having a word with him in there, so hopefully everything's okay. This is Liam Musselwhite, an RB25 powered S13.
Just really cool looking car. It looks like a street car. It does. I like it a lot.
Looks like a street car. Is it just yellow or is it yellowy gold?
I don't know. Sometimes it kind of looks beige as well.
Yeah,
when it's on track.
It's kind of got a weird colour. Let's see how he does flying out of track. Look at the camber on the front, those front wheels, and that's so that when they transition to the first corner, you can see the leading wheel is dead flat onto the tarmac, which gives them the most amount of grip for cornering.
This is a nice run by Liam now as we see snappy transition. Yeah, little bit of a straighten coming through further. He could have been faster coming out of clip 3.
Not very deep there through past clip 4 either, so.
The judges have been saying for the last 2 days in briefing they want you on that wide line until you pass through clip 7.
Yeah, definitely. No, just a little bit shallow on a few of those clips and coming across the line. Not in the middle of the track.
No, he was out wide.
So Liam Musselwhite is sponsored by XDR Motors, the Paint Lab, Exo Racing, BD Racing. I have no idea what that says either. That's not a word.
That's not a word.
I don't know what that is. I think that might be a typo, but I don't want to read it out.
Yeah, I think maybe he might be just messing to try and throw a curveball that way.
I think so. Anyway, comes in with a 59, so yeah, definitely could have been deeper in a few places around that track. Up now we have Jack Drake.
Lots of new drivers this weekend again.
Yes.
That's the thing, and I'm not too familiar with some of these drivers, but in practice they've been blowing me away, and I'm kind of like to you, who's that, Mike? Who's that? What's he doing? So I'm excited to see what Jack is going to bring. Big flick now. That's what the judges want to see. Well away from them inside curbs. Pushes out wide. Yeah, through clip 2. Could be a little bit faster, but it's a nice line he's on here now. Let's see how he handles the Manji. Drops a wheel there, half a wheel.
Oh, just on the track. Wow. That was very well held.
Did very well to hold that there. Now, nice wide line out towards clip 7. Yep, start to cut on the inside now. This is what the judges want me to do. Through it. Oh, hits the cone. I did hear the judges say if you hit the cone's on the grass, so therefore you're on the grass.
Yeah, so going to be bleeding points there. Ben Parry in a M50 turbo-powered E36. He is sponsored by DTS Services, Digital Tuning, Portside Logistics, MW Car and Commercial, Crest Motorsport, Innovant Recycling, Dragon Gates and Electrical, and QFAP. And let's see if a few of those dirt drops have hurt his score. 64.33, not as bad as the others, but I don't think he dropped quite as bad.
Not as bad, no, but he was good and fast, and there was very little braking in there. And I think that's what the judges want to see.
I think that line just after clip 4 really helped him out as well, because that was a lovely line. Up now we have Matt Holder, the Drift Smurf.
Nice hair, to be fair. Like, I seen him in the paddock, and I was like, that guy's got blue hair. Then I seen Drift Smurf, and I was like, it makes sense now.
Yes, he's a very, very blue guy. And wow, nice big entry as well. Is that neons? Has he got neons in his car? He has got blue neons on his car as well. Another dirt drop as he comes through clip 2. Wow, that's a really wide line. This is lovely so far.
He's using the full weight of the track here. The judges are going to like that.
This is a really, really good line by Matt Holder. As he comes through, look at the back end of the car bouncing around. Those compacts have still got the suspension off of an E30, even though they're an E36. The back end is essentially an E30.
Like, that's a very fast run in an E36 compact. And it actually reminds me of like a young Mike Walton back in the day, you know? Like,
oh, stop.
Oh, stop.
Oh, stop.
It's kind of your colour. No, but good run there from Matt now. That's exactly what you want for your first run, you know, just shake off the nerves, and then the next time you come out, you have a bit of confidence there and you can push that bit harder. 75.33. He's definitely going to be delighted with that.
Yeah. He's going to be happy with that, but I think he's going to push even harder on the next one. He's got 1 UZ in that E36 as well. So up now we have Will Gibbs, 1.5 JZ E36, which is a 2 JZ bottom end with a 1 JZ head.
That's for all the people out there who aren't familiar with engine builds. We call it a Frankenstein.
Yes.
This is a nice run from Will. Pushing out wide through clip 2. Look, smoking the place over. Plenty of power in that car.
Is he left foot braking?
Yeah, he's making that look so effortless, that whole Manji there. Like, this is, I don't know, I'm sure Brad is smiling at this run now, because, you know, this is what the judges have been asking for.
It's a little bit slow for that Manji, and he was left foot braking through there. I think it could have been a little bit faster, but still, a really, really nice line. Plenty of smoke. Cool. Very impressive.
Yeah.
So let's see what Will Gibbs comes up with. He is sponsored by EnviroTrack Cement and Lime Stabilisation, Collins Earthworks Limited, Skid Risk, Drift Team and Yen Speed. So he came up from Drift Cup in 2019 and he's been called Ginger Guy Martin.
Ginger Guy Martin, kind of looks like him, to be fair.
Well,
he scored an 80.
Score. That's a big score for Will Gibbs, 80 points.
The judges like that.
Very much so. Up now we have Paulius Senekis.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go for that.
We're the commentators, that's what everyone else is saying.
I'm going to call him Paul. So, wow! Look at the entry there for Paul. I mean, it wasn't online, but it was a really big snap onto angle.
Was very good. Little bit shallow there at clip 2, getting out. Yeah, he's going to drop a wheel there, small bit.
Loads of smoke, and it snaps on angle. Quite a lot of use to the handbrake there. And it pulled him away from that outside line that the judge is looking at, so I think that's going to hurt him a little bit. A little bit of smoke coming from under the bonnet of that car. I just saw around that corner, so it doesn't look like he cares. He's keeping the foot flat down.
This is my time to shine. I'm not lifting. We've all been in that scenario, Mike. Yeah, definitely. I'd say the judges would like to see the car a little bit deeper out towards the edge of track and deeper in the clips. So a bit more work to do.
It just wasn't a smooth run. Yeah, 42.67. Paulius is sponsored by Justin's Autos, LT Print, AA Media, and G&G Services. Up now, we have a very fantastic looking car.
God, I love this car. So jazzy.
It is very jazzy. Yeah. They could have cleaned it though. It's a bit dusty.
It was very nice when I arrived here yesterday morning. I seen that. Yeah.
It's quite dusty at the track today, isn't it? And that's a nice entry, very smooth. As it comes around at the first corner, nice and wide. They all paid attention. So in practice yesterday, quite a lot of the cars were running the inside of that clip 1, which is why the judges said in
briefing this morning.
That if you put your wheels on there, you get a 0, and all the drivers so far paying an awful lot of attention to that.
I actually noticed in practice this morning compared to yesterday, a lot of drivers were actually going too far and going into the grass on the outside of the corner because obviously they didn't want to go for that 0. But if you end up in the grass, you're getting a 0 either way. So kind of caught in the middle, really, aren't they?
Yeah. So Colt Harvey, sponsored by XDR Racing, and Phil Randall, Endless Welding. Martin Jenner helps him here and there, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, man.
There we go.
So a 62, a bit of work for Cole to do in the second run, and we could see it that.
I think just a little bit of tidying.
Little bit tidying up.
That's
all. He nearly has it. He's about 75% there. Yeah.
And here we have Paul Parnell. Paul Parnell is a very amusing chap to know if you've ever spoken to him in the past. Yeah, he definitely puts his all into everything, and he's a really nice guy to talk to about a massive handbrake drag. That is a decel zone, so
it's the first decel zone.
I imagine it won't get deducted too dramatically, but there's a very big handbrake drag. I think it could be a little bit wider there after clip 4 now as he comes through clip 5.
Yeah, same thing again. It's just the judges want him on that outside line the whole way around there until they get to 7, and then they push away.
Do you think him not having any rear windows is helping the smoke or not helping the smoke?
I don't know.
There was still a lot of smoke in the inside of that car as it went past.
But it's just to let it out, I suppose, really. Maybe stop it from coming in rather than giving it an
exit. Most people just stop it coming in. But, it's like, no, in and out, straight on.
It's good circulation through the car, you know.
Paul Parnell is sponsored by Evolution branded clothing, Maps Motorsport, and Wheel Miracles. Comes in with a 70 points, putting him in 5th position so far.
So next up we have Philip Kenna, all the way from Ireland, in his V8 E36. He was having some heating issues this morning. I was over just chatting away to him, and he was saying like he's trying to keep the car cool. It's getting up to like 150 degrees, doesn't it, Mike?
Right. Yeah, and you can tell because that was quite a weak entry as he entered into that first corner, and it looks like it's struggling.
It looks like the car is down a bit on power. I said that to him from watching yesterday. I was like, it seems you're down a small bit on power, so we're really hoping he can pull it together and get a score in for qualifying. Not a bad second half to this run now. That's the ideal line for the judges. A little bit of a straight in there. Why did I open my mouth?
Yeah, a bit of a straight in through clips 7 there just before he came round the last corner. I think he just went a little bit too deep just before clip 7 and had to straighten, otherwise he was going off the track. So, and a 44 points puts him into 11th position. So his main sponsors are Fast Floor, Screed Limited, and AutoChem.
Here's your guy.
Up now, we have Ryan Toporowski. Big Ryan. He is quite a large
different Ryan Toporowski this weekend. Let's be honest. He is killing it. The car is working. He's working. We're really excited to see what he can do. And he's fast as well. What an entry.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well done, Topo.
Let's see if he can maintain the speed that he did earlier in practice. There's a lot of smoke coming out of the back of the car, and it looks fast as well. Transitions now to clip 4. Miles off of clip 4. He's got the speed, but he's just not quite in the clipping points. You see that car lurching every time he puts his foot on the throttle. It lurches. There's so much gone into, well, all of Topo's engines over the years, but this one has had a few problems last round with the valve stretching, so he was running out of compression, and
he has them slinky valves, does he?
Yes, he has slinky valves, and they've been shimmed for this round, but not replaced. So hopefully the car holds out for him, and let's hope he gets a decent run into qualification.
It was a good run there, bar just the transition from 3 to 4. He kind of ended up a bit shallow on the inside of the track.
Far too shallow into clip 4. Ryan Toporowski is sponsored by Yellow Speed UK. Rear entry bodyworks. OP Oil, 720 wheels, and Hell Performance.
So a 69.33 for Ryan puts him in 6th place at the moment. So yeah, as we said, room for improvement.
Room for improvement, but will that see him into the competition? 45 drivers this weekend. So
Yeah.
normally we had 60 last time,
yeah.
I think, which was, so there's a little bit less competition in this round. Up now is JJ Stevens in R34.
Just love an R34 drift car, don't you? It looks wrong and right at the same time. You made it, did you? You're bragging now.
It's it's a really nice car. This looks very well presented every single time they come to the track. So
A little bit of a straighten there just from clip 5.
yeah, it looks like he's struggling with the car a little bit.
I don't know if he got caught in a gear shift or what happened. It sounded like he did. It's great because we can still hear the car screaming from outside our studio.
JJ Stevens is sponsored by Precision Garage Services Limited, Firefly Speed Shop, Tri-Ace, Illmotion, Driftworks, MGT, and Motorsport.
As we await JJ's score from the judges.
Judges are deliberating over that a little bit.
Yeah. A 76.33. That puts him in 3rd position now. Not a bad place for your first one.
Yeah, not too bad. A very solid first run there from JJ Stevens. I've seen him do better though. I think he can do better. So, and then up now we have Eric Ladniak, who can be very, very wild. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah, crazy. And he's driving very well yesterday now, I must admit. Like we seen him do some very good chasing. That was the thing that I caught the most, so I'm excited to see if he can put a good qualifying run in and what he'll do in battles later on.
Right, see as he comes away from the line. A little bit, not as fast as I thought he would have come away from that line. And a shallow entry as well, not as fantastic.
He stopped in the middle of the track as well.
As he comes around clip 2, a little bit wider now. As he comes down into the middle of the section. Seems to have found some legs as he puts the hammer down through the Manji section of the track and lights the back wheels up. He's suddenly found a little bit more pace.
I was just about to say, it's like what we were saying earlier. He struggled in the slower part at the start and now he's come alive in the second half in the fast section. So this is the joys of this Three Sisters track.
So apart from the first bit there, reasonably solid lap from Eric Ladniak. He is sponsored by AR Car Services and also assisted by M&M Engineering.
You do love a good sword.
Yeah, you don't see many swords in competition because they're so big.
Yeah, they're too long. Especially in a track like this, I'd say he's like the width of the track.
I don't know if they're too long, but they are long. And 76 points puts him in 4th position.
He's going to be delighted with that for his first run.
Yeah, fairly solid first run. And leaves room to improve.
So moving on, we've got Matt Smith next. He's 46 BMW.
Yeah, S54 powered M3. Let's see what he can do. He hasn't used the whole part of the track. He was told that they could use the whole part of the track. And
they were told they could use it, but it's not. They have to use it. And I was talking to some drivers that said, no, I'm going to stick what I'm comfortable with is come in on the handbrake and just get a score down for my first run. So obviously Matt went with that theory.
Well, this line looks very good from Matt Smith so far. Not as much impact as some of the other drivers, but the line seems to be very, very good.
A little bit shallow there, but still gets the clip.
Gets the clip perfectly.
Pushes out wide. It's not a bad run at all from Matt.
A very solid line there from Matt Smith.
I have, between yesterday and this morning, I've seen him do better runs though. So like, I think maybe he just wants to get a score on the board, get himself in there, and then turn it up a little bit more for the next run.
He'll come into his own in his second run, I think. So Matt Smith, sponsored by Volkscraft, Exeter, Volkswagen Group, and Alignment Specialist, Hell Performance, Travel Executive. Let's see what the judges thought of that run. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
And the judges agree with the 78 points, puts him into 3rd position.
So we see the scores are starting to creep up the more we tip through, and that's that reverse championship order. So I'd be expecting by the time we get to the end, we should be in the high 80s.
Yeah, definitely. So we have E46 M3 engined compact, driven by Jamie Lundy. Let's come with that safe entry, but not as wide
mid-track.
as we'd wanted. Not as wide as the judges wanted to see through clip 1. And
a lot of roll on the back of that car there, Mike, isn't there?
Looks like he's struggling a lot for power. This is very shallow.
We were talking this morning though, and he was saying he was caught between gears coming out of the tight section onto the long pull. So maybe it was just an upshift or something. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's still very shallow and almost straight, very straight through clip 7 as he comes through clip 8 and around the last corner. I mean, he was in the right part of the track, but
He was in Three Sisters, all right,
yeah,
Jack.
he was there, but yeah, just a little bit shallow and not as wild.
Yeah.
So he
Us saying this now, and it'll probably come out as a 90-point run.
Yeah, probably.
I think them judges just do it to wind us up.
Oh, he doesn't. A 56 points puts him in 14th position. He is sponsored by Carlton MOT Centre, Dunlop's Auto Shop. And up now we have David Jackson.
This was a lovely car at the start of the weekend, and yeah, it's minus a few body panels and a few little dents on it now, but it's a drift car, that's why we love them.
Yeah, it's still very well presented, so he's been struggling with tyre pressures most of the weekend.
It's okay, you can tell everyone.
Trying to get
You've
the
helped
exact
them.
setup. He didn't actually go with the tyre pressure I told him to.
And that's
in
why
the
he's
end.
driving so well,
So, it
isn't
might
it?
be, so that's why he's doing so well at the minute. But this is a fantastic line. Wow,
Whoa.
look at that flick.
That's
down
exactly
into
what
the
we
wall.
want to see.
That's really good driving by David Jackson.
Perfect, look, he's on that wide line there, all the way up to 7. See, I think most drivers just to come into 7 are actually upshifting there. I've
Yeah.
seen that from some onboards last night when I was just looking through Facebook and things like that. Like the fact you're upshifting at that speed while coming through a clip, it's just some skill.
Yeah.
Some skill.
Definitely. And
Especially if you H pattern box.
and it is paying off for David Jackson. David Jackson is sponsored by JD Motorsport Engineering at Glossworks, Valtin and Motor. And he is originally from Lawrence in New Zealand, not from Australia, as he said.
Yeah,
Ever say
he said that 3 times, so...
So he got a 77.67 for his first run, so a fairly high score for him as well. Up now we have Dave Mattel, 1 JZ powered E36.
There's a lot of E36
A lot of
on the
E36.
grid this weekend. I'm just consistently looking at E36s now.
Well, you used to see quite a lot of E36s in Pro 2, but they were powered by BMW engines. Now they've all got JZs.
JZs and like sequential gearboxes and all like that. Yeah, it's like sleepers there. You think it's a little Beamer, but it's not.
Catching them out, and he's showing some speed as he comes through. Centre part of the track could be a little bit wider though.
Yeah, he got the Manji section a little bit wrong as well. I think he was very shallow on clip 3, so I think the judges will be marking him down for that.
So the back of the car looks very high to me.
Very loose as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look as settled as some of the other BMWs that we've seen on the track, but driven fairly well regardless. That was a fairly solid, safe run.
It's good to just get around, tick the boxes, and get a score on the board. That's what you want to do for your first run.
So a 55, although I would be hoping for a higher score than that for my first run. So it's sponsored by NWMF Powder Coaters Auto Service, Buckley. And up now we have Sam Nolan.
Yeah, Sam Nolan in this beautiful S15. And actually, do you know what, Mike? I only found out between the last round and this round that that's actually a famous car from Ireland.
Is it?
That's
What car is it?
That's Paul Conlon's car.
Oh, is it?
Pro car. He used to be a pro car in Ireland for years. He's actually the grandfather of Irish drifting. He started it in Ireland. Yeah. There you go.
There
Bit
you
of
go.
information for you.
A very famous car.
A very famous car, and Sam is peddling it all weekend. He's doing very well, so hopefully he can keep the nerves and get a good score.
Well, let's see what's going to do in the track. Marshall's just
A little inspection, I think.
waiting a little minute.
Yeah,
They inspecting the track or the car? Probably the track.
probably the track.
So this is a new car for him this year, so he must have just bought it.
Yeah, he just bought it in the off season. It's crazy, it is.
2 JZ under the bonnet.
Yep.
And that's about all I know about this car. There's no other information.
That's all you need to know, Mike. That's all you need to know.
It's an S15 with a 2
Look at
JZ under
this.
the bonnet, and it comes from Ireland, and it's been driven wildly.
And it likes limiter. That's all that matters. It was a big aggressive flick by
Yeah,
Sam,
that
but
was
it actually pulled him in mid-track. I think he flicked a small bit early.
Yeah, now wow, look.
Wow,
Had
look
a
at the
big
smoke.
There was a big upshift between first and second clip there, and look at the smoke that was coming out the back of this car after
Very
that.
fast as well on that outside line.
And a bit of a straight in there through clip 7. But look at the angle now for clip 8 as it comes across the line at some pace.
Yeah, that's good for your first run. It definitely helps settle the nerves.
So Sam Nolan is sponsored by Nolan Transport and Modern Tyres. I'll see what the judges thought of that run.
I think it'll be an okay score, but there's definitely room for improvement.
Yeah, I think he could have
Yeah.
been a bit wider on after clip 1.
He
as
could
well.
tidy it up just a small bit as well. Like,
Let's see what the judges have to say about it. And they're deliberating.
just deliberating, or maybe just keeping us waiting again.
They liked it.
They like doing that.
They're probably.
They're
looking-
always bullying us, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're always bullying us.
they're horrible.
They're always judging us. I don't like it.
74.67 puts him into 8th position. We're getting a lot of mid-70s scores at the minute.
Everyone's close together.
So up now we have Max Fleckney in a lovely looking Toyota Corolla.
I just love this car.
It does look fantastic, doesn't it?
K70 with an LS in it. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Who even thinks of doing that?
Max Fleckney.
Max Fleckney, yeah.
That's
He's a
good
unique
to do.
character, all right. I'll give him that. Nice entry, all right. Out wide from 1 to 2.
It seems fairly settled, this car. It
Yeah.
doesn't. I mean, Corollas are not known for being settled cars. They're quite snappy.
Yeah.
You throw them about and you have a lot of fun with them. But this seems like, I don't know, it's
It just
quite
works,
poised.
like, yeah. It's one of them cars. When I first heard about it in paper, I was like, I don't know what a Corolla's going to be like a 400 brake. And then, no. Turns out it works very well.
Yep.
Especially with Max driving
Can
it.
confirm. I like the wing mirrors right
Yeah.
in front of the.
The bonnet wing mirrors that are cool.
Yeah, they're good. So Max Fleckney, sponsored by A&F Motors, RJ Motorsport, Mustworld Motorsport, Kempston Limited, Haltech ECU, Tucked Automotive, Tyre Streets, and UK Billy's Speed Shop. Let's see what the judges thought of that. 84.33. So
Nice.
yeah, that poised run by Max Fleckney definitely being reflected in the score there.
That's a good confidence booster going into your second run, all right. But as we move on, up next, it's Josh Malone in the 1J, isn't it?
1UZ.
Oh,
powered,
1UZ, sorry.
powered LS200.
Oh.
IS200.
Oh, yes,
yes.
200. LS200.
Goodness gracious me.
He went for the big flick there, and like he changed his mind halfway
Yeah,
through,
yeah.
going, actually, I might just do a handbrake instead.
Lost this boss. A big flick. Oh, maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe. I will through it now. Come on, this guy.
Not
And
a
the rest
bad
of-
run
this
here
is-
from
this
Josh.
is a really nice line. That was very wide after 4. We've only seen one other driver come that wide so far.
Very nice. Yeah, he
Through
comes off a little bit
6
there.
and 7, a tiny bit straight through 7. I think a lot of drivers are struggling with that upshift from between clip 6 and clip 7. Just straightening the car up a little bit, but
Not a bad run.
not a bad run at all by Josh Malone. And he is sponsored by himself.
No better person to sponsor you to do it.
Well, it's, yeah,
That's all you need, Josh. Just yourself.
just yourself.
Just yourself.
Wow, he's definitely doing very well for himself. Just been,
He must be a good sponsor.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like him. Can he sponsor me?
Yeah. What about us? Can we get sponsorship, Josh?
74 points puts him in at 10th position. Another mid-70s score coming through.
So we
Look what
see
got.
Zach
Max.
Parker.
We've got Zach Parker in a stroker.
This is a cool looking E36 with the big drag wing on the back and all.
Yeah.
It just looks so different, it does. I love it. Oh,
Wow.
he takes that cone over.
Absolutely smashed the cone. I don't think that's going to score him many points. Left foot braking now, which is exactly what the judges want to see. And a really nice wide line. This is fantastic. Very wide. As he comes through into clip 4. Takes clip 4 out and his bumper dragging on the floor. As it transitions now around the final corner. Nice and wide, just holding it all together. Straight there, but
Zach was actually telling me this morning that he was very comfortable on this track. He says, just
Yeah.
for some reason, the car, the track, it works. I'm happy. And from seeing that run for a first run there,
yeah, I mean, it looked very fast for a strokered 328 engine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's normally aspirated road car
doesn't
engine.
make sense. Maybe he was lying to us about
I
his.
think he might have.
Yeah.
I think he might have.
There's actually a
fibbed.
2J in it now,
Yeah,
so.
he might have fibbed about what's actually gone on inside that engine. So here's sponsored by GBH Motorsport, UCXT, online tandem team, Funky Graphics, and he comes in with a score of 58. So just overstepping the mark in a few of those
Yeah.
outer clipping zones, and that's hurting his score.
Yeah, push a little bit wide, and he's just tidy it up and maybe keep it a little bit more narrow in the management clip 3. And he should be grand for a second run.
So this is another BMW E36,
No way.
driven by Craig Barber. This has a 1UZ turbo in it. It's a turbocharged 4.4 litre V8 in this. Is it 1UZ? Yeah, he's certainly putting all of that to the ground.
Looks like the car is very grippy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look like
It was
it's
trying to go
struggling.
straight through that Manji section there.
Yeah, look at how it lurches now as it comes around the corner. It's almost like the back
Yeah.
end's bouncing. Very soft suspension like the C36. Just comes around nice and wide through clip 8, but just a little bit straight over the line.
Not straight now. I don't
I
think they're going to. They did say this morning, you know, once you go through clip 8, you can straighten up and come out of it, so we don't have any accidents after the finish line, because you are carrying a lot of speed.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that run a little bit scrappy from Craig Barr, but I think it could be tidied up, and that is reflected in the score. 45 points puts him in the 22nd position. He is sponsored by Selston Motor Services, mainly vans.
Up next is Josh Goodall.
Josh Goodall, a VQ35 powered Nissan 350Z, which is the standard engine for a 350Z, which is rare in a drift car, but he's looks like he's making it work. That's nice and wide line for his entry.
Oh,
a
little bit of a drop, but I don't think it was much.
No, very nice. This is a nice
It's a nice line from Josh.
Very smooth driving. A little bit of a correction there as he came through full, but it worked for him as he's very wide.
Josh is one of these drivers that just seems to be getting stronger and stronger as the rounds go on. And the reason that is, I don't know, if you're friends with him on social media, he is always, he's literally drifting every weekend. And he's always in competitions as well. Like, that's very good practice when you're consistently battling people.
Yeah, definitely. Well, so if he gets through into the battles from his qualifying, he's definitely one to watch. Josh Goodall is sponsored by Firefly Speed Shop, Mac and Biggs Workshop, The Sweet Spot, Rymax Lubricants, BEZ Media, SK Visuals, and K98 Media. And coming in with a score of 68.67, putting him in 14th position. A little bit of work to do for Josh Goodall. I think he can do a little bit better. Up now we have Richie Gilby, a 1JZ powered SIL 80. He lights the tyres up coming off the line. Yeah, can be quite aggressive, Richie Gilby, when he wants to be throwing it into the first corner, showing some of that aggression here. We've seen a couple of drives a little bit deeper, but this is looking like a very good line so far. Nice and slow, very wide now after clip 2. This comes through the mansion. Look at the amount of smoke coming off that car, mate.
Yeah, Richie's doing exactly as the judges asked him. He's sticking on that wide, perfect line, snappy transition. Now, as long as he can just hold it for a lunar corner, we should be in for a good score, I think. Yeah, he can.
Looks very nice.
Very good run.
So
he's going to be happy with that one.
I imagine he will be. He is sponsored by Auto Extreme, NGK Spark Plugs UK, 6 Boost EU, Drift UK, Raynham, Zestino Tyres UK, C3 Motorsport, Unit Works, R2 Automotive, Rymax Lubricants UK, and CT Fabrications. He comes in with a score of 85.33.
The judges
putting him
really
in
like
first position. Yeah,
yeah.
Judges loving that track.
But he was on the exact line that was asked.
Yeah.
That just shows that even, like, just do what you're asked to do and you'll get high scores. That's the way drifting works. As simple as that.
It was good and it was smoky.
Okay, do you want to give this one a go, or do you want me to step in, Mike?
No, you can have to step
Okay,
in,
so next up we've got Diarmuid Canavan, all the way from Ireland, the tuner from Northern Ireland. Diarmuid is very fond of the limiter, as we know from the last round, and he is going to do a big flick in by the looks of it. Pushing out wide, doing what the judge is asking. Nice snappy transition. Out to 2. Listen to that sound. Sounds lovely, it does. Nice wide Manji to 3, out to 4. No handbrake, just keeps it going on the perfect line. Snaps back for 6.
It's quite rare to hear a nice sound in this one. Sounds like it's got some poke.
This does
and
have
it
some
looks
poke.
like it's got some
It
poke.
looks like it as well. Yeah, Diarmuid definitely has one of the nicest sounding SRs I think I've ever heard. Like, it's just so cool, it is. It's a very good run. That was a very good run, that was.
Let's see what the judges thought of that.
Diarmuid, yeah, that's good, yeah.
It's sponsored by DC Tuning. And 81.67 puts him in 3rd position.
Perfect.
I think he's going to be very happy with that.
I'm excited for a second one now, because that means he's going to come in a bit wilder.
So up now we have a lunatic. Petrus.
That's all you need to know.
Just watch this, guys. This is lunatic.
Just stand back.
No, it wasn't the big entry that I was expecting. A little bit of a feint.
He was nearly overshooting it this morning with some of the big entries as well, so maybe he toned it down a bit.
He's just trying to tone it back a little bit.
Let's get a score on the board for the first run. Oh, a bit straight there.
A little bit shaky now as he comes through the rest of the track. This is an absolute animal of a car. I don't know what V8 has got in it, but it's got a massive turbo inside.
Yeah, loads about an E30 as well. Like, they're just so cool.
This car looks absolutely. It just reminds me of an old touring car.
Yeah,
that's what I love about it.
Really does.
Yeah, really nice car. So he is sponsored by his own company, PLK Motors, specialising in car sales. And his sponsor for this event is Renegade Performance Fuels and Lubricants. So let's see what Petrus comes back with. 68.33 puts him in 17th position. So yeah, just a little bit shaky. I think he was trying to get away from the clipping points almost before it got to them.
Yeah.
And that's just hurting his score a little bit. So up now we have Mark Chapman, 2.8 litre turbo, M50 engine, and he is also one of the lunatics. It's always the E30 drivers,
Yeah.
the lunatics.
There's
aren't
something
they?
about it, like maybe like only certain drivers can drive an E30. That's
Yeah,
it.
I
Like.
think it probably
You
is.
have to like pass.
Like
a course.
A86 drivers.
Yeah,
There's a certain
There's a style.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this style is just crazy.
It's just have a big turbo in it and then send it. They bounce around a lot, the E30s, I find, especially the Touring. You see the back end always seems to be
It's like
wobbling.
skipping along
Yeah.
nearly. Yeah, that's a very good run from Mark.
So Mark Chapman is sponsored by Evolution branded workwear, TTV Racing and Mapped Motorsport. He comes in with a 56.33, so I don't think it...
No, there's a lot of work to be done there now.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of work to be done there. I'm not sure he's even going to get in with that score.
Yep.
Chrissy Nayland up now. 2JZ powered E92 BMW with the bonnet off. Maybe having some cooling problems with that car. Didn't look like it was going particularly fantastically for a couple of runs in practice this morning.
Even yesterday now, he kind of looked like he was struggling a bit as well, so I hope the guy's got all the issues sorted out. Yeah. See, he was on the handbrake
Just
before clip 4 and they're going to penalise for that, they are.
It looks like he's struggling a little bit. Just a little bit shallow and having to do a lot of inputs into that car to get it to do what he wants to do.
He's actually fighting the car just to get over the line.
So not 100% sure what's up with that car, but we have seen better performances from Christian Allen in the past. He is sponsored by NHP Motorsport, Nuts Off, HJS Garage Equipment, Spray and Bake, Cube Wraps, 59 North Wheels UK, BC Racing UK, Wisefab, BC Media.
And he scores at 53, which puts him in 23rd position. So yeah, lots of work to be done. This guy's just pulled up to get some fuel at the start line.
Yeah, your fuel cap's open.
Fuel cap's up, mate.
Let's hope it's screwed down as well.
Maybe it's for aerodynamics.
Yeah,
it's like a windbreak.
Yeah, it must be. Is it closed now? I think it's closed itself as it comes around the first corner. A little bit shy though, for Danny Herald as he comes around the first corner. Not the nicest entry we've seen so far, but very wide after clip 2. It's looking a lot better now as he comes through clip 3 and dives into clip 4. Shallow again after clip 4.
He was mid-track there, where the judges do want him on the outside line.
There is an SR20 under the bonnet of that BMW.
It is an SR20.
There's an SR20 under the bonnet. Lunatic. It's an SR20 under the
That's
bonnet.
actually getting very common in Ireland as well.
Is it?
Yeah. I thought about doing it years ago.
Did you?
Yeah. Be different. No, everyone's doing it. It's not cool.
Wow, Danny Herald has no sponsors at all whatsoever, and he scores a 58 point on that run, puts him in 21st position. And I think a little bit more work to do from him as well. Axel Hildebrand up now in his RB25 powered S14.
This is a lovely looking car.
Does look very nice, very well presented.
Very
all the time.
well presented.
He does a lot of shows in this car as well, so it's always.
So you have to have it well presented to do shows.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Him smoking out the first corner, nice and wide through clip 2.
I think it could have been a little bit wider through.
He dialed on a lot of angle on the exit there, all right, to try and push it out a bit more.
Yeah, and then just a little bit shy, just after clip 4 as well. Smoke off the back of this RB25 power S14. Was that a front brake lock up?
I don't know what happened there. He came off power very early, didn't he?
Yeah, like a bit of a very odd thing to do as he came over the line there. Because he is sponsored by Anglo American Oil Company, Sunoco Race Fuels, BMC Air Filters, Sestino Tyres, Abbey Motorsport, Driven Racing, Oil and Sonax Speed Socket.
So a 57, and that puts him into 24th position. Lots of room for improvement on that run. He just needs to push a little bit wider and just tidy it up a small bit more.
Yeah, he's quite a consistent driver.
Maybe it's just nerves, Mike. You know, it does get to lads these first runs in qualifying.
Definitely. So Ben Rogers throwing it in there, but
another young man who's actually come on so much in between round 2 and 3 here at the British Drift Championship.
yeah, it was quite a shallow entry into that first corner. Not a big flip. I mean, not as big as I want to see. RB25 powered S14 this as well.
So you don't approve of the flick, basically, Mike. That's what you're saying.
It was just a very small flick. I like
this is nothing to do with judges. This is just to impress the commentators.
Yes, obviously.
So we need a bigger flick for the next time.
Yeah, the judges.
We don't care what they want.
Yeah, well, the judges want something completely different. But what I want to see is flamboyancy, and that's all I want to see.
Yeah.
Ben Rogers is sponsored by Cruise Centre, John Nutt Transport, Rogers Auto Repairs, Willie Lockhart Transport, Town and Country, Chris Usel Photography, Dirty Diffin and Premier Car Parts, and he comes in with a score of 63, putting him in 19th position.
It's a good score on the board, but there is room for improvement. So from one young Irishman to another young Irishman, we've got Fionn Roach next, the Shanahan's protege.
Fionn Roach.
Nice entry. You kept saying Roche.
I'm saying Roche, which I keep getting in trouble for. I always get in trouble with the Irish names.
I get in trouble with the UK name, so it's fine. Don't worry, we're in together. It's a nice first run here now from Fionn.
That car normally looks a lot better.
That car has just every
like
round from round it's just
like
getting a pounding.
Yeah, it looks like it's taking quite a hammer.
Very shallow there between 5 and 6. So it'll be interesting to see what way the judges will mark that. The rest of the run though was strong enough. Like the first section was very strong. I thought we'd run for a good run there until we see him come more to the inside of the track around Lunar.
Is sponsored by FR Services, which I assume is his own services.
Soon as his father's, he's still in school, man. He couldn't have his own business.
His dad also.
I don't know. We'll find out after. We'll find out. We'll go ask that question.
71 points anyway for Fionn. As we come up now, Archie Harmer.
So what, is this just the kids section? Is this what's going on here?
This
is it? Yeah.
This is the child section of the.
It's the underage nightclub. Let's go.
Wow, look
big
at this.
entry
This
from
is a
Archie.
really lovely line from Archie Harmer. Comes through clip 2 as well. Can stay and maintain it nice. What he has. This is a brilliant line. Very nice work in that car. M50 turbo in this. It's just the standard engine that came with the car with the turbo straps on the side of it. And he was making it work really well for him.
Archie's one of them drivers that I know trains a lot for events on the simulator, and it seems to be paying off right now because that's the exact run the judges asked for.
That was a really good
Well
line.
done, Archie.
Yeah, in my opinion, that was probably one of the best lines I've seen so far today. So Archie Harmer is sponsored by CG Motorsport, Auto Finesse, PO Performance, CDK Tuning, Silkmead Paint, WP Recovery and EMS Performance. He is 14 years old and with an 83.33 puts him in 3rd position. Wow.
Starting to see the scores creep up now.
Yep, definitely. And up now we have Owen Atkinson. Owen Atkinson's dad is here today.
And it's his birthday, Mike.
It's his birthday.
Yeah.
It's his 17th birthday, so happy birthday.
To Daddy Atkinson's.
Daddy Atkinson's.
And Owen was telling us he helps a lot with the car and he won't be here without him, so yeah, happy birthday. That's a nice flick there now.
Yeah,
that transition was out wide from Owen. I like RX-8s.
Yeah.
There's not enough RX-8s out there.
I don't like
Do you not?
No,
I think they're just cool looking. I understand they're not the most reliable car, but when you put a different engine in, it seems to work.
Yeah, but I mean, Owen's definitely showing me it does work. This is a really good line from Owen, but I'm just not a fan of the look of the car. I don't know why.
Don't know why, yeah. We'll agree to disagree then, Mike, will we?
Fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
We can do
the
that.
first row of the weekend's about to kick off. Security to commentary.
So Owen Atkinson is sponsored by Kenda Tyres, Teesside Karting, Drift Nuts, Shred Sheds, Bowler Wheels, Funo Auto Tuning, Smith & Allen Lubricants. And he scores an 80.67. That's a really good run from Owen Atkinson, putting him in 6th place so far.
As we move on next to Damien Chapin, another E30.
Nope, this is Jack Cockburn.
Oh, is it? Sorry, I was looking ahead of myself.
You're getting way ahead.
Ahead of myself, yeah. So Jack Cockburn, it's is he a lunatic? He must be because he's driving an E30. He must be in that class as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So he is an absolute lunatic. Yeah, Jack Cockburn. I mispronounced the name to start with. Very sorry. I know I'm going to get in trouble for that later as well.
There's going to be people waiting for us outside.
Look how shiny this car is as well.
It's like a show car.
They've actually really gone to town.
Did you bust the car before this weekend?
Yeah. But look, just like all the E30s, especially, they're all just all bouncing around at the back end. Of
that little skip coming over the finish line
They
is
seem
cool.
to make it work. I bet that's really fun in the car.
Yeah.
Like just you can't see us, but we were both just making
sideways and drifting shapes with our hands.
At 75 points, puts him in 30th position. He is self-sponsored by J. Coburn Kitchens and Bathrooms and Jake Coburn Electrical Services. And up now we do have Damien Chopin. Up now in a 1JZ powered S14.
There is a good bit of power in this car. There's a lot of go in it, so I really hope he can pull off the runs we were seeing yesterday. That's initiation. Yeah. Nice.
I do like a white car. I like a white S14.
Yeah.
I don't know why I say just something about it. Look how this is wild now from Damien Chopin. This comes from a big handbrake drag, just slowing him down a little bit too much after clip 4.
He might be marked down a small bit on that because he was on the handbrake before clip 4.
Few adjustments now as it comes around from right past the track, just seeing fight with the steering wheel as it comes over the line. Damien Chopin is sponsored by JD Garage and Performance Centre.
So we await the score from our judges.
Let's see what the judges have to say. Damien Chopin was in the compact that you can see on that little screen there, but that's not what he's driving anymore. 68.33 puts him in 21st position. I think he could have been aiming for a little bit higher there.
Lots of room for improvement, and mainly in the line area.
Now we have Jolene McDonald. We've seen some fairly aggressive driving from her in the past, and sometimes it catches her out a little bit.
Yeah,
but at least
nice flick entry.
Yeah, that line is very nice to start off with. A little bit of a handbrake drag now as it comes through clip 2. Could be a little bit wider just after that, but getting the clips very nicely. She does a Manji down the centre part of the track. Quite a few adjustments there. Just maybe she thought she was going a bit deeper just after clip 4. Left foot brake, which just a bit slowed it down.
I think the theory was to try and bring the car out a little bit wider.
Yeah,
but it's end up slowing down and killing momentum.
Yeah.
Not a bad run though for your first run.
A reasonable run from Jolene McDonald, but I have seen better from her.
Exactly, that's why we're kind of nitpicking at it, is because we have seen better, and we've seen better this weekend already.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just a shame everyone watching the live stream hasn't seen better this weekend.
She does quite well under pressure, so run 2 we shall see a high score. And this one might be quite good, 74.67. It's a safe run, mid pack at the minute 40.
It's a score on the board. That's all it is. You know, that's exactly what you want in your first run. Then you can push that a little bit more in your second.
Yeah. So Jolene is sponsored by Firefly Speed Shop. And up now we have Josh Moore in that M50 Turbo, powered
E36.
36. This is another well presented car.
Yeah.
A little bit of a handbrake drag, but put him in a nice position.
There's a nice sound off this car as well, like the M50 Turbo. Like it sounds very...
Yeah, because a normal M50 sounds like the worst engine in the world.
Exactly. Put a huge turbo there, and it sounds unbelievable. Why did BMW not do that from the start, huh? As we see Josh pushing it out wide. It's the same spot. Yeah. It's literally between 6 and 7. Yeah. They're all coming away from the line, and the judges said they want them to come away from 7 to 8.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'd like to pick their brains now and see, are they marking down a little bit on that?
We will ask them later.
Oh, we'll definitely ask them.
We'll ask them later on, definitely.
We'll see them at catering for lunch.
Yeah. So Josh Moore is sponsored by 7 Days Performance, Hopwood Motorsport, Jay's Garage Motorsport, Colour Coat, Norfolk LB Restoration, Paint Signs, FX and Sistino Tyres, coming in with 78.33. Puts them in 8th position so far. Now we have Miles Moir. Look at the big flick. Wow,
whoa!
Two flicks. He flicked one way and then the other way massively.
I think he forgot what way the first corner was.
Snaking the whole way down the entry. That was very nice entry there. I'm not sure you could chase it, but it looked fantastic for us.
Yeah. Yet again, the judges don't like it, but the commentators do.
Pedaling with this S54 powered M3 compact. It just looks like it's struggling a little bit. I don't know whether it's quite warm out there now. It's very sunny. Quite warm. I think the grip levels are rising in the track.
A lot of drivers were saying that second section down there is very grippy and fast.
Well, so there's a lot tighter down on the track now, so that will be.
So we should basically put like a pit stop just after clip 3 so they can change their setup. So you go like loose for the start and then grip it up then for the finish of the run. That's the way it works here.
Yeah, I mean that would be that would be perfect, but this makes it more exciting. So Miles Moir 67.67, sponsored by MCM Car Sales and Chassis Alignment. Up now we have Justin Snorkus in Another V8 turbo.
Justinas had this rear subframe pulled out of his car yesterday on Friday, and the guys worked effortlessly to
Look
get
how fast he is as he comes around that first clip. It's so quick. He's obviously not worried about the subframe anymore.
Whoever
Look
welded that, he trusts.
Look at the pace of this.
That's the sort of entries you want to see.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Good wide there from 4. Snappy, yep. I think we're on for a good high score here, Mike.
I think he was a little bit shy off of clip 3, but look at the pace he's got and the angle as he comes round.
Oh, it's just everything. Like, delighted for them guys, because it was a lot of work yesterday trying to get that car back out the track.
The bonnet, you see both edges of the bonnet lifting as he's got so much pace as he comes over the line. Adjusting this Snorkel, sponsored by Justine's Autos, LT Print, AA Media and TH Components. Let's see if the judges were as impressed with that run as we were.
We liked it, that's all that matters.
87 points puts him in first position. They definitely were as impressed as we were.
Yep. Maybe we're all on the same page.
Maybe
this
we
weekend.
are actually on the same page.
Maybe we know what we're talking about, I think.
Up now we have Danny Maguire, the local lad, Danny Maguire.
He says he does have a bit of hometown pressure, but anytime I've been to Three Sisters, Danny's done well, so I'm expecting big things. Oh my God!
Oh my goodness gracious
Danny,
me! Oh dear!
It was like the front wheel just got stuck on lock there.
I think that was a panic brake. I think that might have been a flick and a panic brake.
Oh, I'd really like to see a replay of that if we could, just to see what happened, because we were not expecting it to happen that fast.
No, definitely not. Let's just have a look.
But that's why all them tyres are there. Like, it's very minimal impact. Or you might break a bumper or a headlight or things like that, but you shouldn't do any structural damage to the car. So I'm expecting Danny will just reverse out of this and go again.
Let's just have a look here. So he does a big flick, and then he just understeers. So he flicks and understeers, and the car just doesn't react. I think he turns the other way. It understeers a bit. He panics, puts his foot on the brakes, locks up, and then obviously you can't do anything from there. Yeah. I think that might be a little bit more damage than just a bumper and headlight.
Yeah. Now that I see the bumper is about 3 miles into the bank there. It's like Danny just decided to move the tyres for the lads. So I really hope that, Danny can get out and get a score on the board, because he's a good driver.
Yeah, he's a good driver.
He's a very good driver.
And a really nice lad.
This hometown pressure thing, like, I don't like it. It's not fair. Everyone be nice to Danny.
Well, Danny is a really, really nice lad, as we saw last night when he took us all to his restaurant.
So everyone's probably wondering why we're bigging him up here. So Danny brought us to his local restaurant and fed the whole BDC team last night. And just the hospitality was unbelievable, and the food, so good. Yeah. So good. Can we go in there tonight?
Delicious pizza. You want to go there again?
I'd go there again.
I'm up for going there again.
We might
we
could be helping him fix his car.
Yeah, we might not be going there today, depending on how Danny's mood is after, and if he can get back out again. I can't see any fluids. I can't see anything. I mean, the radiator's in the back, so you won't see any of that coming out. So is he gonna drive it out of there?
Yeah, I think they're just making sure that. See our BDC team directing with all hand signals. Been told to go left, right and straight at the same time there from 3 different people.
Always helpful, always
helpful. Just go anyway.
So obviously a 0 for Danny Maguire. Danny Maguire is sponsored by Drift Creations, KT Detailing, Colour Magic, Powder Coating Specialist. And so he can get his car off and he can get it fixed so he can do another run.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see Danny back out for the second run.
He did reverse it out of there. So Danny, he's had to start in 3rd gear because he's got a spring broken in his gearbox. So he had to start in 3rd gear, which may be causing him a bit of problems.
That's just like very intense from the word go, like especially in a car like that.
Yeah. Oh, look,
well, he's driving away anyways. That's all that matters.
A wing has sort of come off. It's
still there.
I think you might have been right with just the bumper and headlight damage.
You sound surprised, Mike. You sound surprised.
Right. I'm not surprised. You're always right. You're always right.
I've done a long time watching crashes and drifting from the ground level, so. But yeah, as we see, the guys are just going to help Danny get his wing back on and get ready for his second run. A little bit of a rebuild on the tyre wall there, just in case it happens again. Obviously, we want to be safe for all drivers, so just to cover up that bank on initiation. Because you can't really tell from the live stream, Mike, but It is a very long and fast running. Like,
Yeah.
I stood behind clip 1 yesterday, and I was not very long in moving. It's crazy speed.
Yes. Well, that was just demonstrated there by poor Danny. Oh,
Poor Danny.
poor Danny. Right. Anyway, the show must go on, and up next we have Arunas Namontis.
Plagued with issues yesterday, he was, with just loads of little things happening to him, including his inlet manifold falling off.
Yeah, he said the inlet manifold fell off. I've never seen that.
When he said the manifold fell off, we just looked at each other going,
How?
what? Sorry?
I think he meant the bolts were loose. Maybe it was a little bit lost in translation there. But M3 turbo powered E46. And look, it's definitely working.
Oh! If he'd have held that, he would have got a 100-point run from me anyways. That was an aggressive entry, probably too aggressive.
That was a very, very aggressive entry there from Arunas. And
he does the intelligent thing, and
not
he's just
gonna
going to
pay
use the rest of the run to figure out the track and just feel it out.
yeah, just another practice run, and I think he broke a drive shaft. No?
No.
I just saw him. The wheels stopped very suddenly. No, it's still going.
Look at the smoke plowing out the back of that car, like. It's a crazy build. It's a very nice looking E46, and I must admit, it's hard to make an E46 look nice.
I like an E46.
Oh, here we go now, this is it. Security.
Oh, I quite like an E46. If it's done right.
If it's done right, but it's hard to do it right.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. It's all about the wheels.
This is a car that we don't see very often, actually, in competition. 300 ZX.
It just looks mad when it's on track. Like you look at it going, what is that? Like it just looks like nearly a supercar coming down.
Yeah, the front end's seen quite a lot of action as well, as you can see.
Yeah, he had an incident there first turn yesterday. I think he kind of very similar to Danny Maguire. He clipped the wall. But yeah, Ignis is getting a good run down here now.
It's quite a little pace. Look how little pressure he's got in the back tyres of that car. It's got very soft suspension and not very much pressure. So this can pay well in one way, so give him quite a lot of grip. But also, if he runs over the curves, which a lot of drivers are doing because it's a very narrow track, you do run the risk of pulling the tyre off of the rim.
Which has happened.
Which has
happened.
A lot. Yes, we have seen that a lot in practice. So it's a risky game to play. Will it pay off for Ignis? I'm not sure I would have played that game for qualification. Battles maybe.
Yeah.
So 76.33 for Ignis, and he is sponsored by Pulse Motorsport, VA Piling, and V Styling. Puts him in 12th position, and hopefully in the running for the rest of the day.
Next up is Craig McLeod.
Craig McLeod in the 1UZ turbo-powered S14. It had a very weird sound last time he ran out.
It doesn't have that sound anymore because Mike Walton diagnosed the problem.
It wasn't really actually a problem. There wasn't actually any issues, but there was a reason that it was making a weird sound.
You see Craig is taking all the boxes here, doing what the judges ask. Little bit shallow there now coming through clip 4. I think he could have been deeper in the clip. Maybe just on the handbrake a small bit earlier.
I think he just needs a little bit more aggression in his driving, which I have seen him be very aggressive in the past, but I don't know. I think it very much depends on his mood on the day. But
hey, the hat's class. That's all that matters.
And he's a wonderful bloke.
Best guy to have around the paddock. Every time you see him, it just makes you smile.
Yeah, definitely. And he is sponsored by Craig Does Drift, EK Blast, and Powder Coating, MG Autotech, Dynatune, and SMT Motorsport. Yes, he's a lunatic. Yeah, and I love it.
He really is.
Absolutely love it. 53.33. So yeah, can improve on that. Puts him in 40th position and not in the running so far. So he has a lot to do on his next run. Unfortunately, up now we have Stu Egdell. Stu Egdell, we have seen do some fantastic performances.
He's walking around. I know he's always smiling, but there's a bit of an extra perk in the step today because the car's working and he's working. He's happy with his run so far. So hopefully Stu can pull out the bag. Nice, safe entry for the first one.
I wouldn't say nice. I'd say that was
average, safe entry for the first one. Yeah.
Okay. And it goes wild again. And here's the Stu Egdell that we're used to as he puts his hammer down through the Manji section, but then it just dies off again after clip 4. I'm not sure whether he's on it, he's not on it. It's kind of like, he's having, I don't know.
It's a bit of both, like, nearly.
He's almost unsure of the track. that Stu Egdale is sponsored by Paint Tech, EP Racing, 360 Wraps, 50 Motorsport, Goodrich, Turbo Smart 80 Turbos, Extreme Clutch, SFS Performance Hoses, Powerflex Bushers, Pipercross Filters, OBP, and EBC. That's a lot of sponsors. 61.67 puts him into 31st.
So we're looking now
position.
like your drop off is about 59-60 area.
It does at the minute, yeah.
And we still are in our first runs.
Yeah. Justin Snorkel's in 87. We haven't had anyone go into the 90s yet.
Yeah. Up
Did
next
we
is-
did them in the last round.
Yeah, we did the last round, yeah. So up next is Jack Winnie. We were talking to Jack earlier just before qualifying. He is happy out. He loves it. Just trying to figure out how to make the entry faster. That's all he wants to do now. Get more power. But Jack is one of them line drivers. Once he gets on the line, he sticks to it. He says he learned all that from Donald Burke, another driver back in Ireland who taught him all this.
So this is an NAS 54 that's in this car, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
300.
300 odd, is it?
300. Wait, is this three? Did he do all the bits to the engine? Is this the one with the forged engine?
No, no.
This is stock.
This is the stock one, yeah, I think.
340 odd horsepower. So, I mean, in today's day and age, not very much horsepower, but making it work as it comes around the track.
It's not about the figures, it's how you use them, Mike.
That is proven here. So here's sponsored by Ian Hamilton, Quirk, UPVC, GMC Windows and Doors, The Best Water, Ennis Glass Company Limited, Blackline Styling, Super Seal Windows Limited, PowerTech, Dirty Diffin, and King Transport. And he has a score of 76.67, puts him in 12th position. There's a lot of drivers hovering in the mid 70s still.
It's going to be close. Oh, this is one I'm excited for now. Yeah.
This is your favourite, isn't it?
Well,
One of your favourites.
One of my favourites, but they're all my favourites.
So there's Tom Van Beeken, a little 1.8 turbo powered MX-5.
Oh,
look at this
yes!
flick!
That's the
Wow!
flick I see. No!
Oh,
He
did he
holds
beat
it.
the tyre? Has he
Did
beat
he?
the tyre?
No, the tyre's still... I can't tell if it's
I
DB'd or
can't-
not now.
No, it
Oh,
has
definitely
DB'd.
DB'd. He's
DB'd.
not
He's
lifting,
still
though.
going, wow.
And he's actually holding a very good line for doing it on one rear tyre.
is he
And
he runs off.
it just gives up. They were the entries he was doing all yesterday, and yeah.
He was holding on to them yesterday,
Yeah.
so there we go. Just what we were talking about earlier with a couple of drivers dipping off the track and peeling tyres off of the rims, and we tried to make it work for as long as possible. but I think
He did a good job in my eyes. Yeah. So that has Tom on a 0.
Yep.
After his first run.
Tom is sponsored by Destroy or Die, Bailey Performance and Sestino tyres, and unfortunately that is a 0 from him. All to do on the next run. But if he'd held on to that, then I think the rest of the run
He easily would have won the
spectacular.
competition if he held on to that entry. In my eyes, anyways.
And up now we have Stu. Now this is one to watch. This is definitely one to watch. S62 M5 powered R32.4. This is
So last round he'd all the steering issues.
yes,
All the steering issues. And
Now
then I
he-
said to him the first yesterday midnight steering, did you get the steering sorted? He said, yeah. The clutch is right to go. And he's no spare clutch with him, so he's like trying to mind the clutch, but damn, that's some entry that was.
I'll just have a look as it comes through. It just looks. It's such a strange looking car.
Yeah.
So big at the front, and there you see him dropping wheels there, but didn't peel the tyres off of the rim. Luckily, like Tom Van Beek, but comes around. It's quite bouncy now as it comes around the rest of the track. Not the smoothest run we've seen from Stu so far, but I think definitely one that's going to get him into the points.
He should easily break that 60 barrier, I think. I think the barrier's around 59-60. That is a guestimation.
It is
I'm
so
not
far.
gonna lie.
We've only done the first run, so
Yeah.
the next loader when the points start creeping up a lot. So 64.33 puts him into 29th position. So yeah, I think you're right. 60-ish is the cut-off at the minute.
Which is good for the drivers to know who are outside of that cut-off for their second runs. Like, you have to clear that 70 margin really to get comfortably inside the battles.
So we have Dan and Tyler up now, 62 points. is
Yeah,
the
our
cut-off
championship
at
leader
the
Dan Tyler. Dan with a big flick again. Such a nice looking car for just a black S14, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it was a little bit better before we sticker bombed the front bumper
With sponsors.
I don't know whether they're sponsors or they're just there to hold the bumper together. I'm not 100% sure at this point.
Either way. Still important. That's a nice run from Dan.
Very nice smooth run from Dan Tyler. I'll just show you why he is in first place in the championship so far. Dan Tyler, sponsored by Exo Racing and BZ Media. Good solid run there. Are we going to call it low 80s?
Yeah.
High 70s, low 80s?
High 70s, low 80s, I'd say. It was a good run.
72, low 70s. So maybe the judges seeing something that they weren't as impressed with as we were. So there we go. That is the last of the first run. So we come back all the way around again to Jay Wilding.
An 81.67 on
Yeah,
his
so,
first run.
yeah,
like,
so
you forget it was that long ago because it's the first run, but this was a very good run. He's currently sitting in 6th position, so interesting to see what he's going to do.
just flick entry there. I think it could have been a little bit wider after one, but very wide now after clip 2 comes through the second track. This is a very nice run.
That's not a bad run from Jay.
A little bit of a straight in there after clip 4 though. A little bit of a reinitiation, maybe a clutch kick.
Clutch kick just to get it back going again.
Does he manage the upshift here nicely? I believe he did. Didn't strain very much. Again, bits of the car hanging off. And just the end of
The quarter panel.
just the core panel. It's all fiberglass.
That's
anyway.
it, yeah. The all these drift cars are just cosmetic now. That's all it is.
So 81.67 on his first run. Do we think he's beaten it? I don't think.
I don't think he's beaten his first run.
He's beaten his first run, but I don't think.
I do think it's going to be a good score.
70.33.
So he will go to.
How is that possible?
That doesn't make sense. So apparently he got a lower score and went up. I think he's going to stay in 6th now.
Yeah, I think he's going to stay in 6th. I'm not sure that was 100% correct. So up now we have Mike Jackson. He had 72 points, currently sat in 22nd position. We need to see some improvement because I think quite a lot of the scores are going to jump up on this run. And now, nice aggressive entry from Mike Jackson.
Very good.
Again, just the drivers just need to be a little bit deeper just after one, but I think it's probably a very difficult thing to do, especially after watching Danny Maguire.
It's such a tight track as well. Like that's the thing. If you're watching on a live stream, you might understand. It is a karting track, so it is quite narrow. So there's very little room to play when you're doing your flicks.
Yeah, a little bit
Straight there.
straight
Yeah.
there as it comes through clips 7. So currently sat with 72 points in 22nd position. Are you going to see an improvement on that? I think yes. I'm not sure we will see an improvement on 72. What do we know?
What do we know? We're only mirror commentators. 22nd position. That's a nervy weight with so many drivers to go.
Yeah, it's a lot of drivers.
It's a lot of drivers to go.
And the judges deliberating over this score. They like making us wait for this one. 72, exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Exactly. Well,
So-
that's consistent, Mike.
Well, yeah,
That is consistent.
I mean, we are looking for consistency as
Yeah,
well. So,
yeah.
I mean,
To
that's good.
get the exact same score.
So now we have Chris Parnham up now. And he had only 53.
55, yeah.
But he has it all to play for. And this run is currently sat in 43rd position. He is not safe. Not safe
No.
at all.
He can't
This
play it
is-
safe. He has
is
to
good.
push.
This is looking good. This is a safe run.
This is Mike likes this
This
now,
is a
so
safe
that's the
run.
main thing. Oh, bit
Can
early.
he hold on to it?
He does.
Very nice, look. This is a good run by
He
Chris
literally
Parnham.
used
He comes
all
around.
the luck to make that.
As long as he made it,
That's all that matters.
That's all that
yeah.
matters.
There's no rule how much luck he can use. His wheel nearly turned backwards to use that much luck.
But that was a very nice run by Chris Parnham.
Yeah.
A definite improvement.
I think
on the
Chris
first
knew
run.
that he has to push hard.
So let's see what the judges thought of that particular run. S14.5. Lots of people putting S15 front ends. Where are people getting S15 front ends to put on stuff?
I don't know.
78.
78.67. That's a big jump.
That is a very big
That's a
jump.
big jump.
Puts him into 9th position.
Comfortably puts him into 9th position.
So he will be happy with that. Up now we have Oliver Baker and his 2JZ powered E36. I'm not sure on the yellow and red paint.
Yeah, the bumblebee kind of ties it all in though.
Yeah,
Is it a bumblebee? Kind of looks like a bumblebee from here.
I think it's a wasp.
It's a wasp, sorry.
Like over
I
wasp.
would know the technical terms and difference between them. It's probably like a
What, a
S14A.
bumblebee and a wasp?
Like
There's
two-
a big difference.
Not at all. You avoid both of them.
They
It's
both,
grand.
they both fly and sting.
Yeah, they're both in our judging tower right now.
Oliver Baker, this is a really good run by Oliver Baker. He's currently in 39th position, so it does have it all to work for. And he is working that car. That looked like a very solid run by Oliver Baker. Saying there's a 2JZ in there in front of that E36. I don't know how much horsepower it's got though, but I imagine a few.
I would say, yeah. You don't get
don't
low figures with a 2J.
Yeah,
you don't put a 2J in to get low figures.
No.
It's just
This is just not a thing. And 83 points.
nice.
Wow, puts him into 5th position.
Oh, lads are stepping up here now, Mike.
So here we go. Here's when we start seeing some of the higher scores and some really spectacular driving. Up now, Liam Musselwhite, 25 powered S13.
Yeah, 59 on his first run, so a little bit of room for improvement. He will be sitting outside that.
Very wide.
27, hits the cone.
It's like the whole back end exploded, then popped back in again afterwards. That was quite.
I don't know who makes his fiberglass panels, but well done.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
So it's like a solid run. I'm not sure on S13s without spoilers. I think they need a spoiler.
Yeah. Why are we not getting along today, Mike? I kind of like it without a spoiler.
Well, are we going to agree on anything
This
today?
is going to be a long weekend. And everyone at home has to listen to us arguing over who likes what more.
And Liam in at 59 points in 37th position so far. We see the improvement. I think
he will improve, yeah.
I think that was an improvement. Not quite as big an improvement as the others, but still an improvement. 72 points puts him into 25th position. See, that border, the border to get into the top 32 is going to
We'll call it the cut-off zone. That's a
cut-off
technical term I'm going to give it.
Okay, the cut-off zone.
The cut-off zone is
Currently it is
67.67.
So it's creeping up,
Yeah. So as we move on to Ben Perry.
Oh,
big flick!
Nice entry there by Ben Parry. He comes around into clip
hammers
two.
down the
Loads of
accelerator.
angle, loads of smoke. Very wide as well. Look at this.
Yeah.
A lot of impact in this run as well. Nice line.
He's putting the car exactly where it needs to be. So, very good run from Ben.
Yeah, I think he played it a bit safer in his first run.
He only got a 64 in his first run. So he's sitting in 34th. Yeah, he's no option. He has to go hard. That's it.
Absolutely, and go hard, I believe he did. 64.33 to beat. And is he going to beat that? So he was a Battle Royale in Buxton 29 wildcard driver, and he's been drifting since 2011. He comes in with 78.
Puts him into 10th position. That's like
They're
he just went
climbing,
from
they're
what
climbing.
33 to comfortable 10 there now. Like
But is 10 comfortable?
I don't know
We've got
because
a lot
we're
of
in
cars.
reverse championship order,
Yeah,
Mike.
we've still got loads of drivers to go, and if they're all,
There's two neons on the side of the car. Neons are back, everyone. Remember that.
I thought you meant to put neons under the car, not on the
Yeah,
side.
yeah, but sure, you know, it looks cooler there.
Just
It's a new trend. This is
that's it.
Smurf life, you know.
Rafi Holder, I believe he was a bit deeper on his first run, actually. I don't think this is an improvement.
Yeah, he was 75.33 in his first run, so
I think his first run might have been a little bit better than this run.
I wonder if he's like angry in the car. Does his hair change colour to red?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, his car doesn't change colour.
His car doesn't, no.
Do you
How could that
reckon
happen?
the LEDs change colour? The
That
LEDs
would be cool.
could-
Like he had a button there, like,
Yeah.
yay, I'm happy, or no, I'm sad.
I think all drivers should have that, so we know their
so we-
emotions.
yeah, just tell us what's going on in the inside.
So let's see what does he improve from 75.33. I'm not sure that's I think that's a
No, I
late
think it was
60s run that was.
Watson's going to
But I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not a judge.
Yeah.
This is just literally speculation.
They're just talking about all these technical terms. I don't even know what half of them mean, Mike. I pretend I do and just nod and say, yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
So Matthew Holder, he says he's dyed his hair blue.
Did he?
To make up for his lack of interesting facts. You're being too harsh on yourself, Matt. I'm sure there's lots
You've
of
neons
interesting things.
on your side
Yeah,
skirts.
there's-
You're
there's-
interested enough to.
There's plenty interesting about you. The judge is really deliberating over this score. Having a good think about it.
Yeah. So he doesn't improve. With 59.67. So he'll stay in 19th position, Mike.
Yeah. Is that going to swiftly turn into the danger zone? That is the question. Is it the danger zone?
The danger zone. I can't remember. I gave it a technical term. I've already forgot it. So yeah, it's called the danger zone now, everybody.
Will Gibbs now in this 1.5J E36. Wow, that was a lot of angle on entry. He held it nicely as well. It's a bit of a handbrake dragged out through clip 2, but very wide. This is looking like a fantastic line so far.
Guys,
Look
he's lighting up the tyres.
Look how much smoke is coming off the back of his car as well. I like how the colour scheme goes from blue to light blue to grey to pure smoke.
Yeah.
It works very well. It works
yeah.
very well. Will Gibbs, that's a brilliant run by Will Gibbs. So he already did a brilliant run in his first one within 80 points. Will he improve on that for his next run? Currently in 9th position. So he's very safe at the minute, I would say.
But he could have improved on the E.
So he came up from BDC from Drift Cup in 2019. He does improve very slightly, 81.67.
Hey, every little helps.
Puts him into 6th position. So it does actually help quite a lot, because the higher score you get, the lower score you go against on your first battle. So it makes your life easier.
It's like first against last, kind of first against 32, and then it works its way down from there. There is a technical table that I'm sure none of us understand. So big flip there now from Paulius. As you see, the passenger door, a lot of damage. We've seen a big head-on crash. Well, it was head-on into his door.
Paulius making a mistake in practice earlier today.
Yeah.
And
it's good to see that he got the car back out after Higginson.
Yeah.
Look at the smoke coming from under the bonnet. Kind of like Matrix is purging there for a second.
Yeah, he did that on his first run as well, just around the same corner, same bit. A lot of smoke coming from under the bonnet. I don't know exactly what that is, whether it's smoke or steam. So he had a 42.67 on his first run. I think we can safely say he's improved on that, but has he improved enough to get him into the runnings for today? Let's have a look. And the judge is going to make us wait.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, no. 64.67. No,
34. Oh.
Unfortunately, he doesn't make it. That is the end of Paulius' weekend so far. Unfortunately, up now we have Colt Harvey.
Yeah, Colt got 62 in his first run. Probably the coolest car in the grid. Like,
do you think?
It's just so cool. Like, it's
I like the design on it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of cars that have like
that
a picture or something like that on the side that actually looks good, and I think this car pulls it off, which is rare, and I admire it for that.
Yeah.
Coolest car in the grid.
Coolest looking car in the grid, then maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's another argument we're going to have later on. We need to start writing them down.
We're going to forget what to argue about later.
Yeah.
So Colt Harvey there, fairly solid run. He had 62 points on his first run. Probably a slight improvement on that, but I'm not sure. He's in 37th position. What do we need?
To get out of the danger zone.
We need 68.33 to get out of the danger zone. 69.67 to squeezes in.
29th position. But that danger zone is going to keep, the score is going to keep rising, so it's a nervous wait there for a call.
Yeah.
So up next we have
Paul Parnell.
Paul Parnell, yeah.
In this one, JC Paddy 36 keeping his rear windows open to let the smoke in and back out again very swiftly. It's a nice line again. He had
it was like a miss.
I think that was a misshift. That was definitely a misshift.
Second and third early, maybe just for the transition.
Yeah, and a little bit of wobble there as well, coming down past the clip before. Shallow again. This was not. I'm sure his first lap was better than this, but he haven't scored very highly on his first one either. On Paul Parnell, I don't think that's an improvement. Currently sat in 28th position as well, so I think he needs to improve.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that was the run to do it. So Paul Parnell, he was King of the Ring, third in King of the Ring Championship 2018, first in the Team Championship 2018.
He gets a 59.33, so he's going to stay in 28th position. Another guy with an anxious wait now ahead of him.
Very anxious wait. We have Philip Kenner. Now in his M62 V44 V8.
Yeah, he looked like he was down in power in his first run, so hopefully,
no.
getting it all wrong on initiation.
Yeah. That looked like it just...
Oh! What?
Just,
Did he just drop a wheel and throw up half the Three Sisters there? What happened?
He's not
Yeah, man, you can hear the misfire in it nearly.
He's not having a fun time.
No.
The car's not working.
That's the most frustrating time as a driver. When you're here, everything, you think it's going well, you think you're ready to go, and then the car just goes, no, not today, mate.
Yeah,
You only have 2 runs to impress, and unfortunately the car has to work for them 2 runs.
Deeply upsetting, and he's not going to be very happy with that at all. Philip Kenner, 44 points, and I don't think that's going to be a point scored run due to him stopping at least once.
At least once. Minimum.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that scores
0.
a 0. Oh, that's
Unfortunate.
Philip Kenner. Unfortunately, that is the end of his weekend. Now we have said we had Matthew Roberts, but we definitely don't. We have Ryan Topolowski up now.
The fastest man on the grid, according to Mike Walton. That's the quote of the day.
I believe we were both in agreement.
Yeah.
This is something
I know,
that
yeah. I'm
this
not
is
sure
something
I did
we
it right.
actually agreed
Yeah.
on today.
Because, yeah, definitely. See Topo. Yeah, he's a bit shallow there at clip 2
Yeah,
now.
it's
Very
fast.
shallow, mid-track like.
Is he going to make clip 4? He didn't last time. Yeah,
Oh, no.
only just.
He was near them inside curbs.
He's just making the same mistakes again, not quite as badly as he did the first run, but it's going to be enough to help us score a massive
So
angle.
Ryan got a 69.33 in his first run. I think it's about the same again, if not lower.
He's currently sat in 30th position, so he is in the danger zone.
The danger zone. You know that song's going through your head right now.
Yes, yes it is.
Yes, it is.
I can't deny it.
The minute you said it, it came straight into my head. So a 58 for Topo. So unfortunately he's going to stay in 30th position.
Yeah.
That's just such
Harrowing.
a harsh. Yeah.
Harrowing. So now we have JJ Stevens.
And this lovely R34 Skyline. Like, it's just such a nice car, isn't
It's done a lot of work, and if you look underneath it, it's immaculate underneath as it is on top. So, a very well.
The guy's buffed underneath the car, is what you're telling me.
it's very clean.
You see, nice transition into clip 2. Look at the smoke coming out the back of this. That's some shot there when they're coming out with 2 to 3 and the smoke behind them.
It's got plenty of power. This car, RB25 under the bonnet. I'm not exactly sure how much power it doesn't tell me how much power.
It's on a need-to-know basis, and apparently we don't need to know.
Yeah. And none of you at home need to.
No.
There's just plenty.
Yeah,
We're
if
not-
anyone's in the pitch, you can ask JJ. He might tell you, and he mightn't. I'm not sure.
So 76.33. Similar-ish run, I think. And
Yeah, maybe a little bit more.
I think a little bit less.
A little bit less?
Yeah.
Oh, we're knocking it along today.
76.43, exactly the same.
Exactly
We were both
so,
wrong.
yeah. What do we know? The judges did that on purpose. I know for a fact.
Up now we have Eric Laniak.
So Eric got 76. His first run. He's currently sitting in 18th position. Yeah, it was a good first run now. You know,
Yeah,
he,
it was a solid first
yeah,
run. wasn't it?
exactly. He did what he had to do.
I
so
think
he
he's
should
going
get a little
to,
wilder now.
Yes, we've seen some wildness.
Wildness.
Wildness. And so we see some wildness again. I mean, the back of that car has seen some wildness at times, you
Yeah.
can tell. Just getting a puff of smoke out the exhaust as he comes off of the line. Are we going to see something? Not using the whole track as we thought he would. And a very shallow. Not
He wasn't on the curbs, but wasn't far away from the curbs.
No, definitely. And that's not what the judges want to see. So seems to be putting the hammer down in the middle part of the track where he feels
Yeah.
confident again, and then just sort of losing a bit of confidence. He's got it
Did
back
our
on a
judges
little bit
scare them
wide.
in briefing this morning with this? Put a wheel on that inside curb and you're getting 0. Because it looks to me, lads are being very hesitant coming in.
I know,
now.
but I
well,
mean,
some lads are, then we
some-
have our crazy bunch.
yes.
They're a different class.
well, that's what we want to see. That's what qualifying is all about,
Yeah.
to separate.
It's risk reward, really.
Exactly that. So Eric Laniak, I don't think he's going to improve on that score, unfortunately. He currently sat in 18th position. He's going to be slightly less on this, right?
Yeah,
63.67. So he remains in 18th position. I think he's probably.
Oh, you
safe.
never know, Mike. We won't say anything just yet. Then I'll come up to the end. You said I was safe.
Yeah. that does happen.
don't listen to us if you're a spotter.
Just don't listen to us. Yeah, no.
Oh, Matt Smith. Another guy, a little bit. He wasn't wide and he wasn't shallow. He was just right in the middle there.
It's quite quick though. Like there's quite a lot of pace on this, but it's quite a shallow line. Doesn't have a big difference between wheel speed and actual speed.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of smoke coming from the car. He's making the car work very well, but it's not fantastic for impact, but it's quite good as
for
far
line
as
drive.
yeah, for an actual technical driving. It's quite good, but yeah, not as spectacular as some of the other cars. I think that was a pretty good line from Matt.
I like that one run there from Matt.
78 points.
I think he might have got a small bit of an improvement. Go on, go against me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go less. I'm gonna go less. I think it's slightly.
And
less.
he gets a 78 again, exactly the same.
So
Goddamn judges.
let's see what they're deliberating as well.
Yeah.
76.33.
I don't like you
I
on
was
this one.
right.
We should start like a little scoreboard here, and we'll see by the end of it who's right the most.
Up now we have Jamie Lundy. Jamie Lundy driving this E36, E46 even compact
Yeah.
with an M3 engine.
A little bit of work done to it as he was showing us around this morning. But the only issue that Jamie was saying is he's caught in between gears. And it's the worst feeling ever when you're at a track and you're caught in between gears and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Only try and adjust.
What do you do? Put it in higher gear and clutch it all the time, or
Higher gear, higher pressures, you know.
or just rev limiter the whole day. I don't know. Let's see what he does. It's a nice entry though. A little bit better than his first run, I think. Could have been a little bit deeper in his first corner and slowing.
He had to back off there to stay on the track.
Yeah, really slowing down through clip 2. That is going to be judged down quite a lot, but there is a slowing zone just before that.
Zone.
But I think he slowed down through 2, which is a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's another one of these
straight in
ones.
there as well, just before clip 7.
He's done some things great and messed up in other areas. Like it's,
I think
simple little mistakes, a little straight in there, but that's coming back till you're caught in between gears.
Yeah.
So if he upshifts, the car's going to just grip up on him.
Yeah.
Or it's going to straight from hitting or straighten from hitting the limiter. So
That's exactly it.
it's very hard to.
56 in his first run, in 43rd position, nowhere near where he wants to be. Can he improve and get himself in?
Does improve.
2, what does that get you? 30th, just about. See, they are. It's creeping up. It's 10 points higher than it was.
When you've three good drivers on zeros,
Yeah.
with Danny, Tom Van Beek, and I can't remember the third one for the life of me. But yeah, that's your nervous time there now when two drivers will knock you out, you know.
There's David Jackson. Wow, look at this.
Go, Dave.
This is exactly what we wanted to see from David Jackson earlier.
A little bit of straighten coming in there at clip 2.
That was a lovely entry from him. He's putting the hammer down now. Flick it down.
Wow. He just went on too much lock there going to 3.
Nice. No, he's had enough. He's going to be punching the steering wheel.
He got 77.67. No, he's waving, Mike. He's not punching the steering wheel. You're wrong.
I'm sorry.
With his other hand, he's there
Take
punching
it
the steering wheel.
It's like,
He's in 14th position. You would like to say you'd think he's going to be safe with that, but
I think.
Are we going to go out and say it? Are we going to get someone's hopes up?
I'm not going to. I'm not going to say it. So he had a 77 and definitely an 8-0 on his second run. Tell. This one is the Audi 36, 55 points so far. So he is in 44th position and really needing to look for some extra points again. He's quite wide.
Yeah,
he's been wide. Not very much impact. Oh, and a straight in there before clip 4.
Yeah.
It's going to happen a little bit.
I think with the standard of driving here this weekend, little things like that, that's enough now for the judges to go heavily in.
I mean, the latter half was okay.
Yeah.
It
was just the middle section.
Yeah, it's a straight in the middle there, which is definitely going to hurt his score quite a lot.
I don't think it'll be 0. It'll be a score on the board, but yeah, I don't think.
I'm not sure he's done enough to get himself into the running. But what do we know?
No,
It's not our choice to make.
it's not our choice to make. We just watch, tell people what we think.
68 points, just out.
Oh.
35th. Oh,
I suppose 35th is best, better or worse, or better than 33rd. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, 33rd is the hardest position ever to
Do you
do.
think?
Because you're just there, man. If you just did one, like, half a point more, you could have been inside the top 32, you know?
here's your man,
Sam.
Sam Nolan.
Oh,
that's
big
a
flip.
massive flip.
That's what we're expecting of Sam.
Very soft suspension on that car.
Yeah.
The whole thing just rocked from side to side as he initiated. Look at the smoke coming off of this car. Wow.
Yeah.
Then he's bang on line again, 74.67 in his first run. Someone's told him to step on it. Look,
There you go. On the outside line, the whole way around the corner. It's a very good run from Sam.
very good run from Sam.
I think he's going to be fairly happy with that now.
Yeah.
Yep. Sam's one of these guys, like, he's just so laid back and chilled. Like, you're like, yeah, it was good, I like that. Do you know, like, people like me and you now would be jumping on the roof of the car after a good run.
I think there's an improvement there. How much for an improvement? Well, mid-80s?
Yeah.
Mid-80s?
Yeah. 85. Come on, give me the 85. Oh,
87 puts him in first position.
Nice.
Sam Nolan.
He's, yeah.
Okay.
As laid back as he is, he's probably jumping on the roof somewhere.
Yeah, I think he's secretly happy inside.
Yeah,
definitely.
secretly.
Max Fleckney up now in this beautiful Toyota Corolla. And he did an 84.33 in his first run. It's a very nice run, his first, very nice settled run on his first one.
Yeah, it was a good confidence booster. So, you know, when you're sitting in fourth position, there is a bit of pressure off you on your second run. You do want to qualify higher, obviously, but you can have fun with it.
Look nice and
Look at
deep
that.
right before. This is a really nice line now.
Exactly what the judges are asking.
Lovely line. Yeah, this is beautiful. That's very nice. Very, very, very nice run from Max Fleckney. And what will the judges think of that? We're going to see a poke into the 90s. Was it enough to get?
Was it enough 90s? Is that
I
our
mean,
first 90-ply run?
It was a good run. It was a good run.
Is it enough to be 87 and go top again? That's the question. Him or Sam Nolan? We're after watching him back tonight.
84.67. So not enough. But a slight improvement. His last score by very 0.33.
0.33, yeah. We did do quick maths there, we did.
Very.
Yeah. There was no
And they were wrong
abacus
because
in
it's
front
0.34.
of me. What do we know, Mike? So next up is Josh Malone. Big flick in the IS200 with the 1UZ engine plant. As you see, what did Josh get? 74 in his first run. Currently sitting in 23rd.
Very
but
wide there.
yeah, that was definitely
Very,
one
very
wheeler
wide.
around the second corner.
He rode it on the track before the rest of
He
the
really
race.
is putting his car to like the track's edge here now. Like, he's running it very wide.
He's definitely trying to make an impact 74.
Yeah.
23rd. We're getting towards the end now.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's going to be safe or not.
It'd be a nervy wait. Saying that, I'm sure he'd love to be in 13th and comfortably go, I'm going battling.
Josh Malone. What is he improved on a 74? I think it's going to be very, very close if he does.
Yeah, it just depends on the wheel drop outside of lateral clip 2. It was like one wheel.
Yeah.
Depends on what's the mood.
78.33.
They're in a
It's
good
an
mood.
improvement. There you go. And he does. He puts
went to 13th. See, I said that. Oh no, sorry, I read the script. I already know who won today.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how it works, yeah. It's drifting, it's predetermined. It's like wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like there's many variables or anything.
Yeah.
So now we have
Zach Parker, that's a nice big flip. Maybe a small bit early. If he had held on for another second and then did it, it would have pushed him a lot wider.
Yeah, just a little bit deeper. Nice and wide. Round after clip 2. Nice. It's perfectly on the line at the minute. Can he stay nice and deep? He does. Very deep after clip 4. This is a big improvement from his first run. 58 points in his first run. You see a vast improvement. You see not very much smoke. It's got quite close wheel speed to actual speed.
Yeah, that last just bit of the corner, again out to 8, he just seems to be caught.
Yeah, just running out of revs there, just right at the end, and then there's not enough room for enough upshift just before the end. So 58 points, I think there's going to be an improvement on there. I think that's probably a fairly good improvement.
Yeah.
It's probably
It
going to
should.
be a late 70s, I think. We shall see.
I looked when we get confident halfway through and now we start throwing numbers out. That's definitely a late 70s run, yeah, 100%. 71.
See, I was completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Should we said early 70s, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
No one's listening.
That's
fine.
what I said. So up now we have Craig Barber. He's 45 points in his first run. Currently in 47th position. Nowhere near he wants to be, and he's going to be looking to make a big impact.
Well, the spoiler's definitely made a big impact on me because it's so wide and past the car.
Huge, huge spoiler. It's just a little bit shallow, isn't he? Just a little bit. He's very quick to transition back off the clip. He's like, I've got to the clip now, right?
Get out
next
there.
one.
It's
Where's
like
this
he's
one?
rushing the whole thing. Do you know? He's just like, come on, let's just get through this. Like, just
Panicking.
yeah. Sometimes slowing it down and just smoothing it out a little bit more makes a huge difference in scores.
So 45 points on his first run. Are we going to beat that?
I don't know.
I think
It could be about the same.
I think it's better than a 45, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to get.
So yeah, 58.67.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. Anything comes in with a 50, you can guarantee you won't be going battling. Unfortunately, that's the harsh world of drifting. You have 2 runs for 3 guys to tell you if you're good enough or not. Not in what else you've done for the rest of the weekend.
So now we have Josh Goodall in a VQ 35 pound 350Z.
He is putting that 350 out to the edge of the track.
68.67
On
currently
first
so
run.
far. And he's in 33rd.
Oh, that's the worst place. Like, oh,
Worst.
just get out of there. You just feel so disheartened. This is actually a very nice run from Josh. As I say that, he comes away
Yeah.
from the outside of the
And
track
completely
and
just
then
shuts
just
it
shuts
off.
it down. No.
Why?
Maybe we shouldn't talk during the runs. Maybe it's us.
I mean, that is our job. So if we didn't talk that, I don't think we.
But I'm sure if we went back to Mac and we explained that, right, we didn't talk because we're jinxing people, he'd get it, like.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So a 0.
0 for Josh, yeah, so unfortunately he's going to stay in the worst position ever. So next up we have Richard Gilby. 85.33 has him in 3rd, so he's confident. You can see it in the flick, like he went that early there. That poor corner, it's just getting took out of it.
Absolutely
No
annihilated.
respect at all.
That's a nice wide line again from Richard Gilby. Richard
Yeah.
Gilby, 85.33 in his first run. That's a good first run.
And it's looking like a good second run as well.
Looking like a very good second run. Is he taking his bonnet off for this run? Maybe getting a bit hot after the first one.
It's very hard for us to tell because we have air conditioning in our studio here, Mike, you know, so we don't know what the weather's like outside. That one is just for our judges.
Who I know.
I know,
I'm very
yeah.
upset about that. Richard Gilby, 85.33. Another really good run on his second run, though. But is it better than 85.33? I am not sure.
I am sure I'll see him in battles later on, though.
Yes, he definitely will be in the battles later on. And 70.67. He does not improve on his first score. So he will remain in third place. Up now we have...
Go on.
No.
Diarmid Canavan, the tuner from Northern Ireland, who Mike just cannot get the grips with the name. That's why they brought an Irish commentator over, it's just to get the names right.
We need it.
We need it, yeah.
So there, yeah, SR20 power.
Nicest sounding SR20.
The nicest
Yeah.
sounding SR20.
Literally declared by me.
And yeah, you're the only man with the voice. So
That's
right.
it, yeah. No one else has a microphone going to the crowd, do they?
He was wide again on his first run straight. He managed to hold off the straight as he came around the last one. 81.67 on his first run, put him in 9th position. Is he going to beat that?
Yeah, his first run seemed to flow a little bit better, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Say that bit of a straight between 7 and 8 there now. I'd be interested to see. No, actually, he's coming in and break the 90s. What do we know?
69.33. You were right, Mike.
Yeah.
Does not improve. Stays in 9th position. I've just been told off as well.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
By who? Who's giving out to us now?
I have been told off by Owen Atkinson because his dad's not 70, his dad's 68.
Mike. I didn't say an age. I just said happy birthday, Daddy Atkinson.
Sorry. Where did I get 70 from?
I don't know. You just
Where did that come from?
you just made that up.
I must have made that up.
There's not worse than commentator to make stuff up, Mike.
I'm very sorry. I just added 2 years. 60. You're not. Don't look a day over 60.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. We'll buy you food for that. So, the first of our crazy E30 drivers.
And this looks a lot more crazy. Wow!
That entry just caught me there, though. I had to go, what?
Look how
Did
much.
he survive that?
Look. Yeah, now.
Using
Petrus,
all the track.
This is where the lunacy comes out. Upshift. Probably about now. And then unleash all of the power.
Power.
That was fairly conserved, actually. I thought that was going to be a lot wilder. We're going to see dirt drops, mud going up the crowd.
Cones going flying over fences and everything.
That was a really good run from Petrus. I think that's going to be an improvement.
Yeah.
Is he going to get him into the battles? 35th.
That entry definitely deserves a little bit of a reward now. It was very brave.
Yeah. So I think he's going to improve on that and get himself. Let's hope that he gets himself into the battles because I want to see some more.
As our judges keep us waiting.
71.67. 27. God, it's getting close.
Oh.
It's getting close.
Nail biting stuff here.
I wonder what they didn't like about that, though.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see a huge amount wrong with that. Right?
Yeah. You'd love to spend a day inside the judge's head, wouldn't you?
Sadly, we can't. Okay, I mean,
Gladly we can.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Mark Chapman on a 56.33, but this looks like a better run so far. Look at the amount of tyre smoke coming off the back. That A13 and 9. It's very snappy flick through into clip 4.
Very snappy transition back there. Kind of looked like he's going to over-rotate and just brought it back.
Yeah, just hold on to it from around the last corner.
Not a bad run at all from Mark.
Pretty good. Pretty good. When he's at 56th in 45th position. Can he get himself into the competition now? I mean, the score's getting higher and higher. I think you've got to be over 70 points now to
I
get in.
think you want to comfortably 75 now.
80 points.
take
He's
that.
definitely in. Mark Chapman is definitely in at 11th place. And he's going to be much happier with that than his first run. That's for sure. And this is someone else that has to work hard. Chrissy Nayland, 53 points so far, 47. Looking like his car's having some problems this weekend.
It looked like he was just down on power in his first run, so hopefully the guy got a quick look at it and tried to figure out what was going on. Drift cars are great. Yeah, you need him to work for what, 50 seconds?
Yeah.
It's just 50 seconds, please, Carl.
It definitely sounds like it's working better.
It's a much tidier run now, I must admit.
It is tidier. It's quite fast as well. It could be a bit deeper in some of the clipping points, but fast improvement.
All the
He's
limiter.
using a lot.
All the limiter. But it sounds good.
He was angry.
Yeah.
It sounded like an angry run. that did.
Or a happy run. Limiter can, do both.
Well, maybe. 53 points. 47th position. We need a mid-70s,
Yeah.
I think.
Definitely has to break that 70s barrier.
The judge is going to make us wait for it again. 75.33. It's almost exactly mid-70s.
Almost exactly.
Almost exactly. I think so you're doing well at calling them at the minute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's alright, man. You'll get there
You're
one
on
day.
If only. There we go. SR20 powered BMW E36, an interesting choice of engine for this car. 58 points on the board so far. And that's looking quite wide. Very nice. It doesn't look very spectacular. It looks.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
the same again. It looks like he's trying to just rush through the track.
Yeah.
And he's just not letting it flow right.
It looks like the front end does very much what he wants it to do, but the back end just doesn't quite have. It's almost like running out of power.
Maybe they're just not talking to each other, the front and the back end.
Maybe. Maybe. It looks like he's driving around the track almost, but the back end is out. So, 58 points. And I think we might see a slight improvement, but I'm not sure we'll get into the top 32 with that. Judges are definitely making us wait for the score. Again, lots of deliberation. 53.33, say?
Yeah, he doesn't improve, unfortunately.
Definitely does not improve that. It was quite straight after clip 7, I think. A big straight up. And that makes it. Who do we have now?
We've Axel Hilbrand. Ah! God damn it, I keep mixing this guy up with an FD driver and Mike just threw me in the fire there. I'm going to get you back for that, Mike. But a lovely entry.
Really good from Axel Hildebrand as he goes round past clip 2. This is much more like what we wanted to see. Only a 57 on his first score. But
yeah, it was a fairly safe run for his first run.
It was quite safe. This is a lot smoker, just showing how much.
It's very
power
fast.
And
look at that, on that perfect one.
a little bit of a correction there, just came from clip 6. Clip 7 and over the line. That was in my opinion, an improved run, but we shall see what the judges have to say.
Yeah, so he's going to have to break that 70s barrier.
I think he's going to break
I think
it.
so as well. I think about 75 or so.
Let's have a look.
Are we going to see officially what the barrier is now?
Officially, what the danger zone is 70 dead.
Oh, it's 74. 25th position. Yeah. It's not bad. Still a few drivers to go though.
So it's now 71.
71.
So Fionn Roach is in 32nd position. So
Who still has a second run though?
he still has a second run up.
Because
now.
this is the start of our junior class, so it's
Yes. Now we're
it
in.
starts with Ben, Fionn, and then Archie.
So 63 points in 43rd position. Ben Rogers does need to do some work, but this does look a little bit better than his first run so far. Wait, listen to the limiter on it as he comes in. This is a lovely line.
Oh no, he just got stuck on lock. It was nothing Ben could do. Very unfortunate for the young man from Northern Ireland. But I think Ben is one of these drivers that he's going to be a big name in the future. He's shown so much signs already. Maybe it's just nerves getting to him when it comes to qualifying, because I was seeing a lot better runs than that yesterday.
It's disappointing.
It
when
is
you see
disappointing.
someone do so well in practice, and you're like, yeah, they're going to smash it tomorrow, and then you're like,
and then you go like on the live stream and in front of everyone saying he's doing very well.
yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't just stop saying things about them. Yet again, that's what we're here for.
Yes, it's literally our job.
There's one thing we have to do this weekend.
Okay, so in 32nd position, we have the young Mr. Roach.
Roach. Yep.
Roach.
See, it's okay. We're getting there.
71 points.
Not a bad.
There's a lot of clutch kicks coming from that car as well.
I think, like, even in between the runs, Fionn, he's
Look how wide he was! Wow! He literally just touched the dirt as he came out. I wouldn't even call that a wheel drop.
Yeah.
They put him on the wrong part of the track, unfortunately. He didn't go on the outside between clips 5 and 6.
Well, when you've Jack Shanahan in your ear spotting for you, telling you what to do and telling you're in the drop zone, you're going to listen, okay? Because believe it or not, Jack might know a thing or two.
I mean, he's done 1 or 2 competitions.
Yeah. Won a few as well, believe it or not.
just 1 or 2.
Just 1 or 2. So, what do you think? More than 71?
I can't call it.
It's close.
More. I said it. No, because he too shallow. 67.
So yeah, nervous way for.
How was he?
I don't know. I don't understand that. Somehow he gets a lower score and he's moving up a place. But yeah, I think that's just like.
I think it's because Roach and Parker have the same score, so it doesn't determine between the two. Okay, up now.
Archie
we have
with
Archie
a nice
Harmer.
aggressive entry.
Huge entry from Archie Harmer.
This car,
look how wide he is, and after clip 2 as well. This is looking absolutely fantastic. He's already sat on 83.33, so he's already in the game. Now this is just to demonstrate how good he really is.
Yeah.
Look how well poised he is.
See, he's just
so wide.
Perfect line.
A little bit straight. You see him just trying to throw the car back on angle again. Past clip 7, but apart from that, very good run from Archiyama.
I'm really excited to see Archie in the battles.
Yeah. This is going to be good. 83.33. Currently in 5th position. Are we going to see an improvement? I mean, I think we might just
like what, an 83.34?
Yeah, I think an 84.67. 85.33.
Close enough, Mike.
3rd position, Archie Harmer. Wow, absolutely fantastic. 14-year-old lad. 85.33. Absolutely incredible. Owen Atkinson.
Whose dad is not 70 today, as we found out by Mike getting a text.
His dad might beat me up later, I'd say. I'm quite scared. Owen Atkinson, there you go. Nice entry. It could have been a little bit deeper then into clip 1.
So Owen's sitting in 10th position on an 80.67.
Yeah,
so
he did it. He did a blinding first run as well. And yeah, this run looks very similar to his first run, if I'm honest. Not too many mistakes. I mean, it's just lacking a touch of impact. And then it would be into the 90s. That's the line is
the line's there, that's it. The 1UZ Turbo. It's kind of getting a little bit popular over here in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's 3 of them this weekend, I think.
Probably more in the pros. I think there's 4 in the pros as well.
Yeah.
81.33, a slight
so he does
improvement.
improve.
Does he improve in position? I don't think he does. Stays in 10th position then. And up now we have Jack Coburn. He's about 75 points in his first run. He's currently
getting it all wrong. Bringing the cone for a spin around the track.
Well, that was wide.
Leaving the cone.
He was definitely wide on entry.
He got clip 1.
Yeah, he definitely got clip 1. I don't think that did any damage to the side of his car either. It blitzed through about 5 cones.
There's a big clean up there down at the start of the scoring zone, though. But fair play to him for holding it and actually putting a very good run in.
Still carrying on. I don't think he actually dropped on the dirt. I think it was just...
He just took everything out of it.
Just smashed the thing to pieces. Yeah, not a mark on the side of the car. No. Remarkable. So Jack Coburn, 75 points. I think that probably hurt him quite a lot. I doubt that he's improved in that score, but he's in 24th position so far.
It's not a bad position.
Yeah, we're getting our way through them. So we're starting to see safer and safer.
Yeah, definitely.
And 53.67. So yeah, that definitely. But
definitely
he's still got a score, even though he just annihilated the first clip.
Anyone else would have stopped there.
Yeah,
it would have been acceptable, you know. But like Jack was like, I'm going to just keep going.
The car seems fine. I'm off.
It's only 32 and sure. What could go wrong?
Damien Chopin shutting the car down.
No initiation.
Not initiating at all. Just completely backing out of it. So he's currently in 38. So that is the end of Damien Chopin's day, unfortunately. Some mechanical problems with that car, must be. But, yeah, that is unfortunately the end of the day for Damien Chopin. Up next we have Jolene McDonald. She'll just be warming her tyres up, I imagine, as we speak.
So yeah, just to confirm is 0 for Damien.
Yep, we've confirmed the 0, thank you.
We're just rubbing salt in the wound, here we are now. So yeah, up next is Jojo McDonald. So she is sitting in 26th position with a 74.67. So yeah, watch this entry now. It should be aggressive.
Yeah, look at that. Oh,
no,
not as aggressive as you, but very wide though. That's a very
on
nice
the line.
Yeah, not as aggressive as we thought, but really nicely on the line. A shallow now just after clip 2. So just after clip 2, the judges want to see them very wide all the way around that corner.
Yeah.
It's not just a single clipping point. They actually want to see the drivers wide the whole way around, which is why even if they get the clip, then they're a little bit shallow because in briefing, the drivers
they have to power kind of through the clip. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So, other than that, a very tidy run from Journey McDonald, and I think probably a slight improvement on that score, 74. Which is good, because she's very aggressive in the battles.
Yeah. Sometimes can be too aggressive, as we remember in Driftland.
Well, we have seen some extreme aggression.
Extreme aggression.
Which is great for us, but not so good for her own scores.
So, a 72 in her second run. So she doesn't improve, but sits in 26th position. So, next up is Josh Moore.
Josh Moore in this. Oh.
M50 Turbo.
It's not
very slow coming down.
Was that actually initiating? Wow.
I thought he was stopped
shut the car down.
The fact that he got out so wide from coming down that slow was cool.
Yeah, how did he manage that? And he's on a really
He's
nice
on a
line
very
now.
good line. Maybe coming in slower is the trick here, Mike.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't actually moving as he came off the line, but no. Yeah.
Josh maybe knows someone that everyone else doesn't.
This is a lovely wide line.
That little skip there, just over. Like, come on, car, keep going, early there.
Over the line, yeah. So a solid run there from Josh Moore, but he's not nowhere near the danger zone. He's in 15th position so far with a 78.33. So look how slow. What? I'm not sure. I think you're going to get marked down for that anyway, because it was so slow.
I didn't hear him saying briefing you have to come in full throttle. Yeah. Maybe he's after finding a loophole the judges never thought of.
Maybe, yeah. But
he initiated where he had to. He used the full weight of the track and he got out wide.
Yeah, but as a chase driver, it's very difficult to chase that. And the whole point of qualifying is to put in a lead run that is easily chaseable. That's the point.
Yeah, I'd agree on that.
And that wasn't easily chaseable.
They did say a chaseable lead run, so yeah, you couldn't match that speed in. Well, you could, if you're a very slow car.
So let's see what the judges.
This will be an interesting
one now. I'm interested to see what the judges.
Is it going to go up or down?
And it went up.
There you go.
So I was completely wrong. Maybe it was just the camera angle that made it look slow. I don't know.
He probably came in the top of 4 here now. Fastest entry of the game.
We're
like,
talking
so slow.
absolute rubbish.
There's fights in the tower over this one, boys.
Oh, fights in the tower.
Thanks for that info, Brad. Who's winning?
Yeah, any further?
Not me.
Not me. Brad has just been throughout the tower.
Right, up now we have Miles Moir, who's a wild entry. Again, he did that on his first run as well. It was even more wild than his first entry. This one was a little bit more.
Yeah, the S54 M3 screaming like he is driving the beans out of that car.
He has absolutely got to try his hardest. Currently sat in 40th position, 67.67. I really needs to put the hammer down now. Don't feather it. Just feathering it.
Kick the clutch.
Just go put your foot down. Go, 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 go.
The M3 drivers need to put their throttle on the light switch. So they just turn it on and then turn it off when they go over the finish line. That's all you do.
So Miles Moir, 67.
I don't know. There was a little bit of a
He's in
straight
40th.
there.
He's got to do 7. 33rd.
Just
not making it in, unfortunately.
That's how you ruin someone's weekend.
33rd as well as the worst.
It's the worst position in drifting.
I hate it.
Give me 34, anyway.
Just anything other than 33rd. Justina Snorkers up now, 87 points. He is currently in the second position. Are we going to see something even more flamboyant? We are. Look at all the lock that car has. Absolutely. Look at it. Just winds over, just puts the wheels at 90 degrees. There's not as much smoke, I don't think, as his first one.
No. But it's fast. He seems to be just getting around the track very quickly, but
not getting around the track. Mowing the lawn.
Mowing the lawn, yeah. Just helping them drop off here in Three Sisters.
Oh! Goodness me. The people in the crowd are absolutely covered in dirt and gravel.
You learn very quick not to sit behind clip 8.
Yeah. So, definite not improvement on that score. Well, I don't think there's an improvement.
No. Maybe just pushing a little bit too hard that time, Mike.
Yeah.
So as we await the judge's decision. I think Brad just got throughout the tower again. I don't know, maybe the fight's after kicking off over there again, Mike.
Is there more fighting in the judges'
I think
tower?
so, they're looking at replays.
Oh, are we going right back?
Yeah, look, there's Brad just coming flying out over the container now.
Oh wait, I'm gonna look. It's just all over the place. 2 wheels off. I think they were looking to see if there were 3, but I think it's just 2 wheels off. I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, the marshals are just desperately trying to rebuild the track. Once we've got the all clear from there, we will send
Our
the
next car.
driver.
Oh, we're still waiting on the
So
score.
just now, 'cause, 42
42,
points.
yeah.
So he does get a score, but it is not.
Just dropping them wheels, unfortunately.
So 42.33 for Justin Lucas. Now we have the Danny Maguire. He is back out, and can he make a run?
So he had hometown pressure.
Yes.
Now he has a 0 on his first run and
there's-
hometown pressure on second.
There is so much pressure here.
Come on, Danny.
Come on, make it through. Yeah. Oh well, shallow,
know-
but he's through.
After what happened the last time, I think all he wanted to do was get around that corner.
Oh, come on, Danny.
Yeah, just not working for Danny here, unfortunately. Like,
I think just the pressure.
and not only that, an incident like that impact, it does get in your head a little bit, and
Yeah, definitely.
you might say in the pits, oh yeah, I'm glad everything's fine, but you do overthink it when you're in the car with that helmet on by yourself,
Yeah. Danny Maguire, unfortunately, I don't think doing enough. For
Yeah,
that.
so a 0 in the first one. It will be a score, but I don't know if it's going to be what we at, like mid-70s now to get into the battles.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Just take a quick look. It is.
He gets a 68 and it puts him in 45th position. So
41st position.
41st position, sorry. 88 away. It's not the top 32.
71 points to get into the top 32 in a minute. Zach Parker is sat in 32nd position.
With the nervous wait.
With a very nervous way to Arunas is up now. Arunas with a 0 from his first run. Can he make a big impact on his second run? To drive his socks off. So it's a little bit shallow. Very slow there on the transition.
Just going on too much angle in the transition.
Yeah, it's just slowing him up a little bit. As he comes around low, just straight down. Plenty of power on this one. Definitely not shy of power.
No.
As he comes over the line.
Crazy build that is. Like, it's just a crazy build.
So 71 points to get into top 32. Has he done enough? Are we going to see Arunas in the battles? And judges come in decision. 72 points. He's just in 30th position. 30th position for Arunas. And I think he was expecting better from this weekend so far. But
look, you have to get in.
Yeah.
That's it.
Once you're in, you're in. So
anything can happen in the battles, as we all know.
So he is currently sat in 20th position with 76.33 points. See a nice wild entry. Come round. The second corner. It's very deep. Drops wheels. At least one wheel.
Yeah.
As he came over. Through to 2, now down into pit 4. A little bit of a handbrake drag. Still running very low pressures in the back.
Yeah, I can see that.
Look at how much smoke he's got as it comes over the line. Plenty of power in that car. 3 VG30 DET, which is the standard engine in that car, and not known for their reliability, if I'm honest, but definitely making it work. 76.33 on his first run. Can he beat that?
It's going to be close. Close 76, actually 20th.
The judges 79.33 puts him in 13th position. So he is safe.
Yep.
He's in the running. No problems whatsoever.
So next is Craig McLeod.
Crazy Craig.
Crazy Craig. Yep, you heard that nickname here first. With his 1UZ turbo.
He does need to try a little bit harder. 53.3.
And he is.
This is good so far. You see the transition. A little bit of an adjustment on the handbrake there. Gets back on the power a little bit late.
Yeah, messes up the Manji section.
Just shallow there. On clip 3 in the middle of the track. Going through clip 5. Just kicking the clutch.
Yep.
Strains up a little bit. Come back down. Over the line.
Yeah.
I think it's an improvement. Whether it's...
Is it a 70, 72 improvement? Only time will tell, and our judges.
Judges are going to make us wait for this one as well, I can guarantee.
Yeah, there's a bit of a conversation to be had.
Or an argument. We don't know whether they're fighting again. God,
it's actually great not putting in the tower. It's like we're not a part of it. We just do our own thing and assume everyone's going to.
71 points. 34th position.
Unlucky Craig.
McLeod. That's such a shame. He had quite a good qualifying score in Scotland last round. Well, now we have Stu Egdos in 47th position, 61.67. Just a little bit of an improvement there. A little bit of a wobble on entry there. It's not going to help his situation, unfortunately. It's nice and wide just after clip 2.
There'll be 4 more drivers to go, so Stu does need to put in a big score here if he wants to go battling later on. The score to beat at the moment is 71. I'm now wondering, is it the camera angle?
Do you think? Is it
the camera angle? Because
we've been saying it wrong the whole day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
we're marking people down. The judges are hearing us going, oh, maybe he did straighten. The boys know more than us, like, so they'll listen to us, obviously.
They don't. They definitely,
don't take our
There's one
opinion.
thing they don't do is listen to us.
You would be correct.
So 61.67. Stu Egdo. 80
Yes.
points.
Get in there, Stu.
80.67 puts him in 12th position. Stu will be very happy with that. If he wasn't, he was already.
Oh, he's going to be happy either way.
It's just
Happiest man in the
number,
grid, like.
So now Jack Mawhinney.
Jack, the ultimate line driver.
Yep, he's in 20th position. 76. He's just a little bit low on power.
Yeah.
On his first run, and just struggling a little bit to get the pace. But his line looks fantastic so far from this camera.
Yeah,
really good line.
Holding that outside line exactly as he's asked.
Yeah,
Breaking at the clip in the
very
decel zone. Like, this is a lad that was listening and briefing this morning.
100%. Yeah, it's a really good line from Jack. It just lacks a bit of impact.
Yeah,
as we said last
it's
time.
just he went in very tight to that inside crowd there. I know the judges want you mid-line, so.
Jack Mawhinney. 76.67. Oh, we're going to go any higher than that. He was an Ulster champion on the 50cc quad at age 7. What's an Ulster?
Ulster is a province in Ireland, so it's like Northern Ireland is Ulster.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see. And that's good, I assume. A champion on a 50cc quad.
Yeah. Like
So he
racing.
got 72 points, so
Yeah.
no improvement, unfortunately. Tom Van Beek.
On
your
a
man.
0.
He's on a 0.
The last entry, though,
Right.
if he held it. Come on, Tom.
Right. Look at his
Look
entry.
at the flick.
Hold it on. Yes. He's
Yeah.
on. He's on.
That's it. He's
Right.
gone now. He's away. He's away.
It'll be fantastic.
Oh, slowing down a lot there.
Yeah, a bit of a shallow bit there.
Is the car breaking down, I wonder, maybe?
Oh, come on, Tom. He had loads of problems in practice as well. Blew a gasket between the manifold and the turbo. So
He's the only guy I know that had problems, but he's still driving well in between.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the car that's letting him down, not Tom. That's the difference.
Sorry.
Oh. I don't know. I just don't know. So we see that.
72 points he needs to get into the top 32.
I really do, because he is one of them drivers. We know he'll never.
Yeah.
He'll just amaze you in battles. Like,
Yeah.
the speed of that little MX-5.
74.
28th
position. Yes.
There's a smile going on right now. Safe.
We're in there. Safe. Right, Wee Stew. Wee Stew is not safe.
No, he's in
The winner.
47 position. Yep, the winner of the last round.
Of the last round is not safe.
So he. Oh, that's a nice initiation. Yeah.
Wide.
He needs to beat a 72.
Kind of on tenterhooks here, just watching this, just like, come on, Stu, you've got to do it, you've got to do it. Oh, a massive flick as well. It's snapping onto lock a lot. I mean, it almost looks like he's got problems with the steering. How was it in the last round when he actually had problems with the steering?
He steered perfect.
It looked perfect.
Yeah.
And
now he's clutch problems and he's not steering right.
What's going on?
Maybe he steers with his clutch a lot.
Steer with the rear.
Steer with the rear, that's it.
So 64.33. 72 points. I think he still needs to get. Let's have a look. 72 points dead, but there's 3 people with 72 points at the minute. Mike Jackson, Liam Musselwhite, and Arunas Namontis. They've all got 72 points. 71.33.
Oh! Stu! 34th position. Unfortunately, that's the end of his day. And do you know who is going to be very happy to hear that? This man,
Tyler.
Dan Tyler.
Dan Tyler is going to be over the moon about that. Well, maybe he isn't actually.
No, actually, I think Dan wants to. Yeah, he likes to fight.
Stu.
Yeah, that's just after like upsetting here.
Yeah, I'm really. I'm quite furious about it.
Mike's going to go and complain with the judges after.
I'm going to have a word. Oh, look how deep Dan Tyler went in, completely taking out clip 4. Oh, he's all over the place. Can he hold on to that? Can he hold on to that?
Right, he's going to
How
come in
did
mid-track,
he hold on to that? I thought that was it. How the hell? How did he do that?
It's a credit to his locket, guys.
I just snapped to like 90 degrees and then he held it all the way around the corner. That was incredible. I don't think there was much pace in it, but remarkable driving from Dan Tyler. Well, remarkable save. He shouldn't have got himself in the situation in the first place.
He shouldn't have been there.
But the save was good.
It's all about the recovery, Mike.
It's all about the recovery.
Yeah, you can make mistakes, you just have to get it back.
Yep. Indeed. So
68, so he'll stay where he is.
See these top lads.
I'm telling you, like we've got a big shake-up here today now.
Yeah, we have.
Three Sisters is one of them tracks. It's so technical and tight and slow at the start, and then it speeds up and it's fast and wild at the end. So
yeah.
I cannot wait for the battles later on today.
Let's have a look, and we have got. No one. Christian Rice, not a score.
Well, he didn't do a run, Mike.
Didn't do a run.
He didn't do a run. No, Jojo was trying.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, man. That's getting you back for that.
Okay,
come on. Right, we're even now. We're even.
Damien Chopin, 68 in 44th position.
So we've Danny McGuire.
Danny McGuire out.
Stu
Ansley, 4th position.
Craig McLeod. Like, we've a lot of guys who have been doing well in battles.
Yeah.
Not battling today.
And some of the top people, Dan Tyler, Tom Van Beek.
Down the bottom.
Right down the bottom. Yeah. This is really shaking things up, and we've got.
But we've a good change at the top, which is good. Like, it's good to see like some Matt Flexley, Sam Nolan up there, Archie in 3rd with the 85. Like, yeah. I'm really excited to see the battle sheet for this afternoon.
Yeah, so as am I. So there's the list of drivers heading into the battles. That wraps it up for the qualifying. Join us later on for the Pro 2 Top 32.
Drifting can be the most demanding motorsport in the world. My name is June Main. The high RPMs required to keep my tires spinning and rubber burning are brutal on engine oil. That's why Lucas Synthetic Oil Stabilizer was formulated for performance on the track and the highway. Lucas Synthetic Oil Stabilizer keeps my power on for split-second decisions, making every shift and turn count. When it comes to my engine and engine oil, I give it every advantage with Lucas Synthetic Oil Stabilizer.
We are Funk Motorsport, your heat management specialists. Based in the UK, we strive for perfection, developing thermal products trusted by professional race teams and drivers worldwide. performance, protection, reliability.
As a professional drifter, my results depend on numbers. And making all this add up is one product, Lucas Octane Booster. It delivers 3 times the boost and promotes a clean fuel burn that keeps my tires smoking through every turn, which even off the racetrack can be difficult not to do. Depend on Lucas Octane Booster.
Link ECU produce standalone engine management technology with a range of products that allow you to unleash the power of your engine. Acting as your car's brain, our ECUs control electronic fuel injection and ignition. A magnitude of sensor inputs and outputs ensure your engine exceeds your expectations. Built-in safety features guarantee engine protection, and data logs keep you informed on its performance. Smoke your tires and not your engine with a world-leading Link ECU.
Tarmac Sports.